The Führer spoke first. He said that he considered it his duty to appeal as a victor speaking in the name of reason to the common sense of the people of Great Britain. He had no desire to be the cause of the destruction of a mighty empire. The war in Europe was really of no concern to Britain, and she had been drawn into it against her will. Mr. Churchill replied,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatised in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 1, A Small Killing in Hollywood.
The Prime Minister will see you now, Sir Sidney.
Thank you.
Good morning, Sir Sidney.
Good morning, Prime Minister.
Do sit down.
Thank you.
There appears to be no file on this matter.
That is correct.
So all I have to go on is this newspaper cutting. A major motion picture with a budget of 30 million plus. What was the mystery of Hitler's gold? What is the final secret of the Kaiserode mine? Well, Sir Sidney, what is the final secret of the Kaiserode mine?
Well, as you will have gathered from my note, Prime Minister...
I've gathered very little from your notes, Sir Sidney. Like most of the communications which originate from the intelligence services, it is designed to conceal more than it reveals. What are these documents you're so concerned about?
Prime Minister, there is no prima facie evidence that these documents ever existed. We are dealing with rumours, legends, or perhaps forgeries. After all...
You haven't answered my question, Sir Sidney. What exactly were these alleged documents that were stolen from the Kaiserode mine at the end of the last war?
They purported to contain reports of a secret meeting between Churchill and the German leadership in 1940.
The German leadership?
Adolf Hitler.
And these were reports that could seriously affect Sir Winston's reputation and our conduct towards our allies in the war?
Yes, Prime Minister.
Sir Sidney, were any of my predecessors in office informed of the existence of these documents?
No, Prime Minister, there was no need. But I'm certain there is no truth in the rumours. And if such documents do indeed exist, I'm confident they'll turn out to be like the Hitler diaries. Crude forgeries.
Well, that remains to be seen.
I'll get one of my people over to California within 24 hours.
And you'll be informing U.S. intelligence?
At this stage, Prime Minister, I don't think that would be wise.
I quite agree. For the time being, all we need is a straight, simple answer from the film producer.
That might be rather a difficult task, if my experience of Hollywood film producers is anything to go by.
Quite so, Sir Sidney. Quite so.
Daddy, I want you to do something about Boyd.
Oh, anything from the dessert trolley, dear? Well, now, what did you have in mind?
He's being so beastly about the divorce. I mean, not all our friends know we're separated. And I have horror of finding him sitting opposite me at a dinner party. I wish you'd send him to do some job on the far side of the world.
Jennifer, I can't
After all, you were the one who was in such a hurry to get us married. And he is on the reassignment list.
Yes. I can't say he's greatly endeared himself to the permanent staff while he's been on administrative duties.
Well, then.
And there is something he could do for us in California.
Oh, Daddy, you don't know how wonderful that would be. Not just for me, but for Boyd. You know how much he hates it in the office.
Yes, it's quite urgent, too. We'd have to get him away by the weekend at the latest.
You are a darling. Boyd knows California. He did an exchange year at the UCLA. He'll love it. Yes, I will have a dessert.
Waiter. That about right for you, Stuart?
Fine, thanks, Sir Sidney.
Good, good. Then let's get down to business.
You say there is no file, sir?
That is a matter of deliberate policy. I can't overemphasize how delicate this business is.
Yes, sir.
Now then, on April the 8th, 1945, elements of the 90th Division of the U.S. Third Army under General Patton were deep into Germany. When they got to the little town of Merkers in western Thuringia, they sent infantry into the Kaiser Road assault mine. Well, those soldiers searched through some 30 miles of galleries. They found a newly installed steel door, and when they broke through it, they discovered gold. 4/5 of the Nazi gold reserves were stored there. So were 2 million or more of the rarest of rare books from the Berlin libraries, the complete Goethe collection from Weimar, 140 rolls of oriental carpets, as well as paintings and prints from galleries and collections all over Europe. Oh, it would take half an hour or more to read out the list of material. I'll let you have a copy.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Now, Patton and Eisenhower went to see the treasure on April 12th. 2 days later, the army were ordered to move it all to Frankfurt, so they took jeeps and trailers down the mine, brought it out. Such ingenious people, the Americans, Stuart.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, it took about 48 hours of continuous work to load the treasure, and the only way to do it so quickly was simply by listing whatever was on the original German inventory tags. It was a system that had grave shortcomings.
If things were stolen, there was no way to be sure that the German inventory had been correct in the first place.
Quite so, Stuart. Now, a special team from the State Department were given commissions overnight, put into uniform, and flown from Washington to Frankfurt to search the great stacks of documents that were mixed up with the valuables. They were looking for sensitive papers or secret diplomatic exchanges that would be of value to the U.S. government or embarrassing if they were made public.
And there was such secret material.
Let me get you another drink, Stuart. Yes, you like this malt, don't you? With water this time?
Straight, please, sir.
Well, of course there was secret material. The exchanges between the German ambassador in London and his masters in Berlin during the 1930s would have caused a few red faces here in Whitehall, to say nothing of red faces in the Palace of Westminster. Enough indiscretions there to have put a few of our politicians behind bars in 1940. Members of Parliament telling German embassy people what a splendid fellow Adolf Hitler was. No ice, no soda, nothing in it at all.
No, thank you.
No. With a fine Scots name like Boyd Stuart, a man mustn't be seen watering a Highland malt.
Not in front of a Sassenach.
Yeah, I see.
Was it Jennifer's idea? Sending me to California, was that her idea?
We wanted someone who knew something about the film trade. You came to mind immediately.
You mean, had it been backgammon or the Brigade of Guards, I might have been trampled in the rush?
I remembered that you'd been on an exchange scheme to Los Angeles.
But it was Jennifer's idea.
Little thought you'd find yourself in this business when you were at Trinity, Stuart.
To tell you the truth, sir, I was hoping to be a tennis professional.
Oh, fascinating. Now, on April 16th, 1945, the convoy of lorries left to drive to Frankfurt. 3 or perhaps 4 of them did not arrive. None of the valuables and secret documents on them were ever recovered. Well, the U.S. Army never officially admitted the loss of the lorries, but unofficially they said 3.
And you're worried that this film company in California may now have possession of the documents?
I can assure you quite categorically, Stuart, that we are talking about forgeries. We're talking about mythology.
But supposing the film company do have documents of some sort, is it something that could embarrass the government?
Yes, Stuart, it is.
And are we trying to prevent this film company from making a film about the Kaiser Road mine and its treasures?
I don't give a tinker's cuss about the film, but I want to know what documentation they have access to.
I'm not sure I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh, you'll know it when you see it. Anyway, we'll keep in contact with you through our controllers in California. Now then, I want you to be there by the weekend.
There are a few personal affairs to settle. Cancel my holiday arrangements and stop the milk.
Milk? We've people in the department who'll attend to details, Stuart.
We have people in the department who will attend to the details, Stuart.
So what did you say, darling?
Not this little gorgeous detail, they won't. Some things must remain secret.
Oh, you fool. What did you really say?
I opened my mouth and poured my ex-father-in-law's whiskey into it. By the time I'd finished it, he's disappeared through the floor like the Demon King in the pantomime.
Dracula, we call him in the office.
I'm going to Los Angeles.
Oh, I know all about that. Who do you think typed up your orders this afternoon?
Will you be faithful to me while I'm away?
Oh, I wash my hair every night and go to bed with Keats and Coco.
You'll go to bed early with Boyd Stuart tonight. Come on.
I made you that roasted eggplant dip you like. You do like it, don't you?
There's something more I like. Come to bed.
I must turn off the oven first, or my chickpea casserole will dry up completely.
Your chickpea casserole? We don't want that to dry up, darling. I'll turn down the bed. Kitty?
What is it?
Kitty, the lock of my desk is broken.
What?
You didn't break into it, did you?
Of course not. I'm not interested in your old love letters from your wife.
It's not funny, Kitty. I've classified material in here. Airline ticket, passport, letter to the bank, contact addresses, photographs.
Anything missing?
As far as I can see. Did you leave the door open when you went down to the dustbin?
There was no one on the stairs.
Probably someone waiting upstairs. Perhaps the same kid who did the burglaries in the flat on the floor below.
Are you going to phone the department?
Nothing's missing. If I phone the night duty officer, they'll be all over us. You know what a fuss they'll make. We'll be up all night writing reports.
Oh, you know best, sweetheart.
Kid probably, looking for cash.
Who's the man in the newspaper cutting?
Oh, a guy named Bernard Lustig. He's the one who's making the film.
Oh, he doesn't look like my idea of a film producer. But he must be pretty well heeled. If you can afford all expenses paid trips to Hollywood for veterans of the U.S. Third Army who were involved in the Kaiserode mine. What's it all in aid of?
That's what I'm going to find out. But from what I've heard, some of the veterans of the Kaiserode mine are not going to be that eager to crawl out of the woodwork.
And this photo must have been taken at the training battalion at Camp Edwards. Hey, your dad didn't change much over the years, huh? Hey, did he cut your Uncle Aram out of this picture?
I guess so.
Oh. You know, he never forgave himself for Aram's death.
Look, Mr. McIver, I've really no idea when Dad'll be back. He could be ages.
No, that's all right, Billy. I don't like going out into the rain anyway. And this one here was taken in Mainz, the night we looted the champagne. Just look at your dad. They broke the mold when they made Charlie Stein. You know, when we were in the Army, he ran that damn battalion. And I'll tell you this, I'll bet you the colonel would say the same. Charlie Stein ran the battalion. Everybody knew it. Yeah, but he's not always easy to get along with, right, Billy?
Were you an officer, Mr. McIver?
Captain. Yeah, but just for the last few weeks of my service. Yeah, I finally made it, Captain McIver. I had it painted on the door.
Is it true you pitched for Babe Ruth, Mr. McIver?
Your dad told you that, did he?
That was when you were at Harvard, wasn't it, Mr. McIver?
Well...
You were never at Harvard, Mr. McIver. I checked it.
What do you mean?
And I checked your credit rating, too. You don't own any house in Palm Springs.
Now, wait a minute here.
You're a phony, Mr. McIver. Even the car outside isn't yours. The payments are made in the name of your ex-wife.
Well, the money comes from me, Billy. Now, I know what's biting you. It's the money that I got from your dad.
$6,000.
Well, I ran into a tough period last fall. Supplies needed replacement and fast, and I couldn't meet the deadlines. Now, look, I'm going to pay it back to him, every red cent. And I mean within the next few weeks or so. That's what I came to see him about.
What happens in 6 weeks?
Well, I'll tell you what happens in 6 weeks, Billy. I get the money for the movie rights of my war memoirs.
Movie rights?
Yeah, $25,000.
What did you do in the war? What did you do to ever want to make a movie out of?
Well, I was an MP, a military policeman. I was with old blood and guts George Patton's Third Army when they opened up the Kraut salt mine and found the Nazi gold reserves there. Billions of dollars in gold, Billy, as well as archives, paintings, jewelry. And you'd never believe the stuff that was there.
What were you doing?
Well, we was guarding it. Well, not just me, Billy. There were 5 infantry platoons guarding the trucks that moved up to Frankfurt. Didn't your dad ever tell you about that? And about the trucks that never got to the other end?
What are you getting at, Mr. McIver?
Now, don't get me wrong, Billy. Nobody's saying that your dad had anything to do with the hijack.
One of Dad's relatives in Europe died during the war. He left Dad some land and stuff over there. That's how Dad made his money.
Sure it is, Billy. Now, sure, nobody's saying any different.
I don't go much for all that war stuff.
Well, now this here film producer, Bernard Lustig, with the office out on Melrose, he goes for it. And he knows everybody out here, the big movie stars, the directors, the agents, the writers, everybody.
Movie business kind of interests me.
Well, do you want to meet Bernie?
Could you fix that up for me?
No problem. And I get a piece of the action, too. 2% of the producer's profits. Now, that could be a bundle, Billy.
Well, I couldn't handle the technical stuff, and I'm no good with a camera. I can't write worth a damn, but I'd make myself useful on the production side. That is, if you'll have me.
If he'll have you. The son of my best buddy? Well, he'll have you in that there production office, Billy, or I'll just pull out and take my story somewheres else.
Well, gee. Thanks, Mr. McIver.
Yeah, well, I gotta go, Billy. There's a few calls that I gotta make. It was nice talking to you. Give my respects to your dad, huh? And tell him that he'll be hearing from me real soon. Meantime, I'll talk to Bernie and have him call you up and fix up a lunch, okay?
Thanks, Mr. McIver.
Forget it, kid.
Well, McIver, did you fix it?
Stein wasn't there. I spoke with his son, and he doesn't know a thing.
You didn't mention the Kaiserode mine business to the boy, I hope.
I'm not that kind of a fool, Mr. Cliver. You said don't mention it to anybody except the old man. Look, I know how to keep my mouth shut.
Hi, Dad.
I didn't think I'd find you here, Billy. I thought you had a heavy date.
I thought I'd stay home and watch a video. See the way they fix the shots.
I'd give it a rest for you, Billy. I'm tired.
Your friend McIver dropped in. He thinks he can get me a job in the movies.
McIver was here?
What's wrong?
When was McIver here?
I didn't phone you. You said never interrupt your Wednesday night poker game.
When?
Well, 5 o'clock, maybe 6.
Did you see TV tonight?
No, I told you, I've been running a video. What is it?
McIver's dead.
Dead?
It was on Channel 2, the news. Some kid blew off the top of his head with a sawed-off shotgun and left the weapon there. It happened in one of those little bars on Western Avenue near Beverly Boulevard.
A street gang, was it?
Who then threw away a $200 shotgun, all carefully sawed off so it fits under your jacket.
Then who?
Who knows? McIver the Mouth, they called him. Owes money all over town. Could be some creditor blew him away.
Well, he sold his war memoirs.
What?
Well, some movie producer. Story about Nazi gold in Germany in the war.
So that's it. Huh. I wondered why the bastard had been going around talking to all the guys from the outfit.
He's been getting the story from you?
From me, he got nothing. McIver has been writing all this down, has he? And passing it on to some movie guy.
Bernie Lustig. McIver was going to introduce me to him.
He won't be doing much in the line of introductions, Billy. And this guy Lustig, where does he have his office?
Up on Melrose. He hasn't made it to Beverly Hills, even to Sunset. That's what made me think it was true. If McIver had been inventing this guy, he would have picked somewhere flashier than Melrose.
Uh-huh. I go to the top of the class, Billy.
What are you going to do now, Dad?
I lost $530 tonight, Billy. I've put away a little more white wine than is good for my digestion.
You going to find this Bernie Lustig character?
Is that the name of the movie producer?
I just told you, Dad, on Melrose.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't think this Lustig guy had anything to do with the killing, do you?
I'm going to bed now, Billy.
If Lustig owed McIver $25,000...
I will talk about it in the morning, Billy. It's time for bed.
I'll catch a TV news. Think they'll still be running a clip of the killing?
It's a tough town, son. One killing don't make the news for long.
Breslow, Max Breslow. I'm very pleased to meet you, Mrs. Stein. What can I do for you? Oh, do sit down.
I was expecting to meet Mr. Bernie Lustig.
Oh, Mr. Lustig is in Europe right now, Mr. Stein. There's work to do there for our next production.
The final secret of the Kaiserode mine. Mr. Miles McIver is an old friend of mine, Mr. Breslow. He promised to get my son a job in your film. McIver was a close friend of mine.
You were in the army with him?
I didn't say that.
It was a sad business with McIver.
Yes, it was. Sad business.
Would you like a drink, Mr. Stein?
Okay. Rum and coke, if you got it.
Ice?
Damn hot in here. Is the air conditioning working?
Here's your drink.
Thanks. Yes, damn hot.
Yesterday's rain got into the mechanism.
MacIver owed me money. A lot of money. He gave me part of his interest in your movie as surety.
I hope you took the precaution of having him put that in writing.
Right.
Well, we're not even in pre-production stage at present. It's possible that still we will decide not to make the film. Unless we make it, there will be no money.
All MacIver's war experiences, was it?
Well, together with some anecdotes he gathered from his comrades, some guesses about what went on in high places, and some creative writing concerning MacIver's intrepid contribution to the Allied victory.
Uh-huh.
The movie-going public is always interested in such stories. Little gang of rear echelon soldiers stealing everything they could lay their hands on, crooks in uniform. It's an amusing formula.
Look here, Breslow. Don't you ever act disrespectful to me or to MacIver or to any of our friends, huh? We don't let strangers discuss what we did back there in 1945. We left a lot of good buddies out there in the sand and the shit and the awful. I buried a kid brother Aram out in that battlefield, and we stumbled on a little good fortune. That's the way it goes. The spoils of war. We were entitled, and you remember that from now on.
I'm sorry to have offended you. I understood you to say that you were not one of Mr. MacIver's comrades.
The spoils of war. That's all it was.
No offense intended. You can call it anything you want. It's quite all right with me.
Were you in the war, Mr. Breslow?
I was too young. I spent my war years in Canada, working for my father.
Breslow. That comes from Breslau, the German town, right? Were your folks German?
What do I know about towns in Germany? I'm a U.S. citizen. I live here in California. I pay my taxes and stand to attention when they play the Star-Spangled Banner. What do I have to do? Change my name to Washington, D.C.?
That's a good joke.
You'll get your money, Mr. Stein. Providing, of course, that you furnish the necessary agreement signed by Mr. MacIver. We'll not wait for probate, if that's what's worrying you. There's a lot of money available to buy the documents Mr. MacIver spoke of.
What documents?
The secret documents about Hitler. Surely you've heard of them.
I might have heard rumors.
Well, it's a great deal of money.
And the job for my son?
Well, he has no experience in movie-making and, of course, no labor union membership. Still, it might be possible to make a place for him, especially if he's inherited his father's forcefulness. I'll get my secretary to fix an appointment for me to meet your son. Well, unless you have any questions, Mr. Stein.
Just one question, Mr. Breslow. Why are you carrying a gun?
Me?
Don't kid around with me, Breslow. It's in a holster on your belt. I saw it just now.
Oh. Oh, the tiny pistol.
Yeah, the tiny pistol. What's a nice, respectable movie producer like you doing with a Saturday night special in your waistband?
Well, sometimes I carry a lot of cash.
I knew there had to be a good reason. Goodbye, Mr. Breslow.
There's a lot of money available to buy the documents Mr. MacIver spoke of.
What documents?
The secret documents about Hitler. Surely you've heard of them.
I might have heard rumors.
Oh, that's enough.
Well, it's a great deal. What do you think?
You did all right, Max.
What'll happen next, Willie?
We've got rid of Lustig.
What?
You've let Stein know we can pay a lot of money for the documents, and soon he will discover that he's lost a great deal of money. If he's not to go under, he will have to come back to us.
How did you manage to fix Stein's bank?
Not me, Max, the trust. When you have the active assistance of some of the most successful bankers in Germany, such swindles are easy to arrange.
What did you mean? We've got rid of Lustig. You said you'd given him money for a vacation in Europe.
You leave that side of things to me, Max. Don't give Bernard Lustig another thought. The less you know about him, the better.
And what about MacIver? Who killed him?
They have a word for it in British intelligence. XPD. Expedient Demise.
I wish I'd never got into this.
The Trust needs you. Operation Siegfried needs you. You were a Nazi, Max. Don't forget it.
That was a lifetime away, Willie.
But it was your lifetime, Max. You were a Nazi. And don't count on anyone forgetting it.
In XPD, by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Sidney Ryden, David Garth, Charles Stein, Bruce Bower, Max Breslow, Bernard Hepton, Willy Kleiber, Clifford Rose, Hitler Minutes, Colin Starkey, Prime Minister, Bernard Brown, Jennifer, Jenny Funnell, Kitty, Melinda Walker, MacIver, Don Fellows, Billy Stein, Ian Tyler. XPD is dramatised by Michael Bakewell and...
No one, said the Führer, had a greater admiration for the civilization which Britain had brought into the world than he had. It was like the Catholic Church, an essential element in world stability. All he wanted from Britain was that she should recognize Germany's position on the continent. Mr. Churchill replied,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatised in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 2, The House in Geneva.
Seems like our Mr. Bernie Lustig isn't around anymore, Billy. Seems like he's gone to Europe for an unspecified duration.
So who'd you talk with?
The guy who calls himself Max Breslow.
German?
He says he's Canadian. It must be one of those Red Indian names.
You don't like him?
He's a Nazi, Billy. I can always recognize him. He says he was too young to be in the war.
But you don't believe him?
He's got very black hair. When a guy's hair suddenly goes black overnight, he's old.
You want to go straight to the airport?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no time to lose. I knew I'd have to go to Switzerland, Billy. I'm going to have to go right now.
I don't like to see you worried, Dad. Is there anything I can do?
Nothing, Billy. It's just that I don't like what's going on here. Colonel Pittman's going to have to hear about it, and I never like putting this kind of thing in writing. And it's risky talking on the phone these days.
Looking forward to seeing the Colonel again?
I always get a real kick out of seeing him. You know, man, he's run out of time, you know. Great man, Billy, make no mistake about it.
Say, Dad, if this Colonel of yours was such a gung-ho hero, how come he ended up running some little quartermaster trucking battalion?
Don't ever let me hear you say anything like that again. Not ever. You think you'd have had your fancy Princeton education and your T-Bird and your Cessna and your yacht if it wasn't for the Colonel and what we risked our necks for back in 1945?
Jesus, Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything.
It's time I told you about it, Billy. I'm not getting any younger than the Colonel's. Well, he's been a lot in my mind lately. Last night I dreamt about the time we stole those trucks.
What happened?
Well, it was my idea, Billy. I told the Colonel how we could fix the paperwork so we could make it seem as if 4 of the trucks containing the treasure could be documented as if they were taking rations to an artillery company right near the Swiss border.
Was it your idea, Dad? You never told me that.
I never told you half of it, Billy. Colonel Pittman was in town when our secret orders arrived from 3rd Army. Pittman was a major then. I was the orderly room corporal. A motorcycle messenger brought an envelope marked with a rubber stamp of Army HQ and plastered with secret marks. The guy on the bike wanted his receipt signed by Pittman. I couldn't tell him that Pittman was in town with a bottle of hooch I'd got for him and planning to make a young Fräulein he'd met that morning in the mayor's office. It was wartime. The battalion was on alert and ready to move. For being off base and fraternizing with a German civilian, he would have been court-martialed.
You forged his signature?
That's what orderly room corporals are for.
You saved his career, Dad.
And he saved my ass a few times too, Billy. We made a good team. Hey, this is the exit for the airport. We better get a move on or I'll miss the flight to Geneva and find myself changing planes in Paris or London somewhere. Come on, step on it.
Mr. Stein. Hey, good to see you.
Let me take your bag, Mr. Stein.
Thank you.
Your son phoned to say you were coming, Mr. Stein. The Colonel was resting, but I was sure he would want me to come out and meet you as I usually do.
Thank you, Eric. Where's the car? New one, Eric.
We just had delivery, sir. The Colonel has a new Rolls every 5 years. Always white, always the same toe upholstery, tinted windows, stereo hi-fi and telephone. He still has the Jaguar, of course. He prefers that when he's driving himself.
When's he going to change over to a Mercedes, Eric?
Well, the Colonel would never buy a German car. You know that, Mr. Stein. He sent the color TV back to the shop when he discovered that parts of it were manufactured in Germany.
The same old tapes. Rango Reinhardt, always the Colonel's favorite. And mine.
Any calls downtown, Mr. Stein? You want to go past the cake shop?
You know very well that Madame Murring would never forgive me if I didn't stop off for a cup of coffee.
The Colonel never goes there now. He says that coffee and cakes are not good for his digestion. The nut house, he calls it. Did you know that?
He was never much interested in food.
I wouldn't want to step out of line, Mr. Stein.
What is it, Eric?
I thought you should know that the Colonel takes a rest every afternoon. That's why he didn't come to the airport.
Yeah? How long has this been?
Oh, some 3 months. The doctor brought a heart specialist from Lausanne and gave him a checkup last month. He told him he's got to go slow.
I see.
It didn't go over well with the Colonel. You can probably imagine what he said. But he took the advice just the same.
Hey, he's quite a man, the Colonel.
You've known him a long time, Mr. Stein. It's just wonderful the way all you men from the same battalion kept up your friendships and put together enough money to finance a business together. It was some idea, Mr. Stein. A little private bank here in Geneva. How did you think of it?
I don't know. Oh, got a bit of money put by. One of the boys suggested it in fun, and then we considered it seriously. The Colonel persuaded a retired U.S. Army general and some English lord or something to sit on the board. He could charm the birds down from the trees. And the Swiss authorities were very cooperative with British and U.S. nationals in those days immediately after the war.
How long have you known the Colonel, Mr. Stein? If you don't mind me asking.
I first met the Colonel in 1943. He was only a lieutenant in those days, but he was the toughest son of a bitch in the regiment, I can tell you that.
We never see any of his family over here. It's a shame he never got married. He loves children, you know. He should have a family of his own.
The battalion was his family. He loved those men, Eric. For some of those dog faces, he was the only father they ever knew. Don't get me wrong now. There's nothing unnatural about it. The Colonel just has a heart bigger than any man I ever knew. How long since the Colonel was stateside?
Oh, not since he got out of the army.
That would be about 1948. That's a long time.
Here is the nut house, Mr. Stein. I guess Madame Mauring will be tickled pink to see you.
Monsieur Stein.
Oh, you're Madame Mauring.
Why didn't you tell me you were coming?
I didn't know myself until a few hours ago. Here, I brought you a present. For my favorite girlfriend.
Oh, Infini, you always remember Monsieur Stein. And now I bring for you the new almond cake. It's still warm, but never mind, I will cut it.
That's a great privilege, Madame Mauring. You never let anyone slice your cakes before they're cold.
Well, for you, I make the exception. Without you, there would have been no shop at all.
That's as delicious as always. You know, the moment I tasted those cakes in that place on the Rue de Rome, I knew you had to have your own establishment.
And now I'm giving the tea room to my daughter. Her husband works at a good restaurant in Zurich. They will both come back here to live.
Now, that'll be nice for you, Madame Mauring. I can't imagine this place without you. What about all your regular customers?
Oh, I will keep my apartment upstairs, and your room, too, that will be untouched.
Thank you, Madame Mauring. This is where it all began, you know.
Oh, I remember, Monsieur Stein. Your merchant bank in the room upstairs. Used to be a jeweler's in those days. And why don't you persuade your colonel to come and see me again? It's been so long.
I'll do my best, Madame Murray. I'm on my way there now.
And take the rest of the almond cake with you. I have a box already. Perhaps the colonel would like a slice?
Merci beaucoup.
What do you fancy for a nightcap, Stein? Claret or Burgundy?
The wine we drank at dinner was delicious, Colonel.
Oh, we might be able to do better than that.
Why did you bring your hunting trophies down into the cellar, Colonel? They used to be your pride and joy.
Some of the boys in the battalion made jokes about them some years back, and I thought maybe they were a little, ostentatious.
You always did set great store by the opinion of your men, Colonel.
Now, Hermitage. You'll enjoy this one, I'm sure. It was the real flavor of the North Rhone. Make an interesting comparison with the Chateauneuf du Pape we had at dinner. Come on, let's go.
Oh, hey, you okay? Here. Let me take that bottle, Colonel.
No, I get a little giddy sometimes. I've never fallen, but the light here is deceptive.
Oh, all these old wine cellars are the same. The steps wobble as you go up. You'll have to cut back on the Evian water, Colonel.
Here. Now taste that, Corporal.
Thank you, Colonel. It's good.
To the battalion.
To the battalion.
McIver, you say his name was?
Military police platoon. He was the lieutenant with them.
I just can't seem to place him somehow. And you went along to the film company and talked?
Like I told you, Colonel, they said that Lustig, the man McIver talked about, was away in Europe. I spoke to a guy who calls himself Max Breslow. He says he's probably going to make the film.
What kind of man is he?
Not the kind of guy I'd want to share a seat with on a hang glider. I have a feeling they know something. I have a feeling they're going to give us a lot of trouble.
We already have a lot of trouble. I told you on the phone I was personally checking things at the bank. Well, I've checked them, and we are facing disaster.
Disaster? How do you mean?
The bank is in trouble. We're in conflict with the Kreditanstalt. Unless we can get them to change their attitude, it looks as if we stand to lose $100 million.
$100 million? You're kidding, Colonel. Come on now.
I wish I was kidding, but I'm afraid we have been the victims of a monumental swindle.
$100 million? How in hell could we be chipped out of $100 million? We've got a highly trained and highly paid Swiss and German staff downtown.
The Kreditanstalt is the biggest bank in Austria, and is state-owned. Now, they gave a man named Peter Friedman, that's probably a false name anyway, letters of credit for $100 million for 10 big consignments of pharmaceuticals, which were in the Zurich airport free zone. The documents say that Friedman was exporting these drugs from Holland to Yugoslavia, where the deal was to be handled by Interimpex, which is the Yugoslavian International Trade Corporation. Well, Friedman can't transfer the Austrian bank's letters of credit because they're not transferable. But he can't be prevented from getting money by assigning that benefit to someone.
How did we get into the act?
Well, our bank gave Friedman the money in exchange for that assignment of the benefits of the sales of the pharmaceuticals. A perfectly ordinary trading sequence. It could be very profitable, has been in the past.
Okay, Colonel, never mind the commercial. What happened next?
Friedman vanished. We checked the cases in the Zurich airport free zone.
Aspirin?
Well, not quite, but nowhere near as described in the shipping documents. Maybe worth $2 million.
Hell.
We are the victims of a carefully planned swindle.
Did they check with you, Colonel? I mean, before they paid out the money, did they check?
Sure.
Now, you're in the bank almost every day.
Yeah,
Eric told me so.
They check everything with me. But this seemed like a gilt-edged investment with no risk at all.
Oh, what about references?
We got a glowing reference from one of the best banks in West Germany. It said Friedman had been doing business with them regularly over the last 8 years, and they gave him a first-class rating.
I don't get it.
Well, I've been on the phone to the president of that bank in person, a Dr. Butker. And he says they have no record of such a letter ever having been sent. And furthermore, he says it's their policy never to give such recommendations.
And the letter? No, don't tell me.
Yep, it's missing from our files.
Hell. $100 million. Can we stand that kind of loss? I mean, what happens now?
I've been reluctant to let news of our trouble leak out, but I'll have to turn to the other banks to help us. We tried one of the big ones yesterday, and they turned us down flat. But that's not significant. We'll ride out the storm, Corporal. I'm convinced of it. Here, you want a cigar, Corporal?
Well, thanks. Losing $100 million will wipe us out.
Well, word will get around. Maybe the bank could sustain the loss, but lost confidence would make it very difficult for us to continue trading unless we find someone who will buy us out. There are the government guarantees and so on. So far, I haven't taken advice about the legal implications because I don't want to go spreading the story all around town.
Say $2 million for the cases of drugs in Zurich Free Zone. What else have we got in stocks and gold and stuff that we could sell?
Oh, maybe $750,000 US. I've been through our assets time and time again. Of course, if I sold this house, maybe I could put another $1 million into the pot.
Next to that, Colonel, none of the boys would want to put you on the street. We all shared in the benefits, and we all have to share in the losses. I guess this is the end of the bank.
And it's my fault. I take a nice fat salary for looking after everyone's money. I just can't go on living in luxury after letting you all down.
Breslow kind of gave me a big hint that there was a lot of money around to buy the Hitler documents. Now, maybe we should sell them to the highest bidder. The sky's the limit as far as that stuff is concerned. Maybe we could save the bank that way.
No. Let's not jump out of the frying pan into the fire. At present, we're only short of money. And let's face it, none of the boys are paupers. No, if we put those old documents on the market, we might find ourselves facing 15 years in jail. Now, I'd want to get a lot of legal opinion before we let anyone know what we've got.
Maybe you're right.
Now, you read all that stuff years and years ago. I can remember you sitting upstairs, buried under it all. What's in them?
All kinds of junk.
Yeah, I remember you showed me one lot of documents. It was the minutes of a meeting. You were very excited about it at the time. You almost missed your lunch. Yeah, the pages annotated and signed Paul Schmidt in pencil. And you told me he was Hitler's interpreter?
That's right.
Yeah, I remember it. Führenkopie was rubber stamped on each sheet. You said it was the minutes of some top-secret meeting.
That's right.
Yeah. So what did you do with those documents?
It's better you don't know.
Yeah, perhaps it is. Oh, what are we gonna do?
We'll have to find out more about these film people, Colonel. They could be very dangerous, but maybe they can be handled. I'm going to take a few documents back with me to California. I'll feed them some odds and ends and see how they react. Meanwhile, you follow up this trouble we've got with the bank. Maybe it's somehow connected with this Breslow guy.
Yeah. You know best, Corporal. You always have.
You look at that guy? Real cool.
What guy? What are you talking about?
A guy in the parking lot. I've been nosing around that green Cadillac for 5 minutes now, and I do not think his intentions are altogether honorable.
Well, you can see our black and white parked out there.
Perhaps it gives him an extra thrill knowing we're here.
How wrong can you get? He's coming in here.
What?
Hey, sorry to bust into your mail, but I want to report a crime.
You want to report a crime?
Yeah.
I figured you're about to commit one.
It's the Fleetwood out there.
Yeah, we saw you looking at it.
Well, there's bloodstains underneath the boot and a kind of nasty sweet smell.
Yeah. Guess we better get up and take a look at it.
Look, the name's Willie Dawson. I'm having problems with the probation department. Well, I thought that if you would have put in your report that it was me who found
kid. Come on, let's
body.
go look at the car.
So what'd they find? Who was in the trunk?
Well, somebody carved his head off, so it wasn't too easy to tell at first. Looks like whoever killed him was planning to run the car into the ocean with a body inside it. But they got spooked.
Oh, yeah?
They started to hack the hands off, but he ain't got very far. They left a wristwatch.
So who was it?
Well, the car belonged to a small-time movie producer named Bernard Lustig. And the chambermaid at his apartment confirmed the watch was his. Now, he's been missing since May 23rd.
So it's homicide. What's it got to do with us?
Well, we checked out Lustig's office. We hit a lucky break. We got a report from a meter maid about a black Porsche parked outside the office on the 23rd and the 24th.
Yeah.
The ticket she'd fixed on the previous day was still there when she added the new one on the 24th. And she noted the Illinois license plates. And the car belongs to a guy named Edward Parker. Then he ran his name through the computer, and the code indicated all inquiries must be cleared through the FBI, and the FBI thought we might be interested.
Edward Parker.
Rings bell?
Yeah, I know him. We've been keeping an eye on him for some time. He's a small-time businessman, travels abroad a lot. He's got a Japanese wife and lives in Toronto. He's a Russian.
Parker. And the CIA have positively identified the car as his?
Oh, yes, General.
And they know that the body belonged to this man Lustig?
Yes, General.
And Comrade Grechko, what was his involvement?
Oh, he was not aware of Parker's action.
But he knew of the high priority attached to Operation Pogoni, to the affair of the Casaroda papers?
He was fully briefed in April, General.
So he knew that this was an opportunity to blacken the reputation of Winston Churchill. That if Churchill and Hitler could have been seen conspiring together against Russia, we would have a major propaganda advantage in the Third World. And he has, in all probability, done nothing. Grechko has been too long in the West. He's been corrupted by the soft pornography of the Californian lifestyle. He should never have been appointed legal resident. He lacks stamina. He is decadent.
Yes, General.
And the man Parker is such another. He shares his bed with some Japanese whore.
But surely the relationship had received the official approval of Moscow Center?
The man is depraved. But he is our man, and we shall have to get him out. I wish to meet Grechko and Parker in our embassy in Mexico City in 3 days' time. Please arrange it. There is to be no discussion, Mr. Parker. TAS Pogoni has been compromised by the death of Lustig, and in so important a matter, we cannot afford to take risks. I have decided to pull you out. You have until the end of June to get your networks prepared for regrouping. You are to report to Moscow Center on July the 2nd.
In my opinion, Comrade General...
I did not request your opinion, Comrade Grechko.
In my opinion, you are overreacting to the situation.
I shall be the judge of that.
Task Pogoni is in no way put at risk by Lustig's death. We cannot dismember such a complicated operation just because...
Just because Parker's cover has been blown?
You don't have the authority to pull me out. I built up the network in Los Angeles, and I'm the only person who can judge the extent to which it's been compromised. My agents may well refuse to work with a new resident assigned by Moscow. You're casting aside relationships that has taken years for me to build up. Well, only with the present network have we any chance of getting our hands on the Hitler papers. If you dismember the organization, we don't have a chance. And I don't need to remind you, General, how Moscow would react to our failure.
In the Ukraine, Mr. Parker, we have a saying, there are some nightmares from which the only escape is to reawaken. I will give you another month. It is against my better judgment, but I grant you another month. By then, I expect to see the documents on my desk in Moscow. And don't underestimate the British, Mr. Parker. For us, the documents are instruments of propaganda of incalculable value. For them, they are a matter of life and death.
And is that why they sent you down here, Hollis? Just because you know about the movie business?
I suppose they thought I might add a little authenticity. I used to work for a film production company in Soho. We never actually made any films, but I got to know all the jargon.
And what happened to the company?
It went the way of all film companies, I fear. Vanished without trace.
Don't you find embassy life a bit formal in comparison?
Oh, it has its compensations. Social life's not bad.
And you actually met this man Breslau when he was in London?
He was trying to raise money for a co-production. It shouldn't be too difficult to arrange to accidentally bump into him here.
What do you make of him?
He's a businessman. He's put together a couple of small productions in New York, using front money from Germany, and then sold them to television. Anyway, you'll see for yourself. I've fixed an invitation to dinner at his place tomorrow. He thinks you represent a firm with money to invest in films.
Hasn't anyone put him on the computer?
Well, that's something I'm not supposed to know about. But I'd say it's rather unlikely.
Why unlikely?
My briefing was rather circumspect, old chap. But I gathered that nothing is so far being communicated to our American friends. And we both know that anything that goes through the Bond computer will be known in Washington within 24 hours.
Have some more tea.
Thanks.
Where is Breslau getting his development money from?
He says it's his own. I think he's fronting for someone. I don't know what you're up to with this fellow, but I'd advise caution.
How do you mean?
Is, that your Porsche outside?
What I hope. Back in London, I spend most of my time on my back under a 1963 Aston Martin. What do you mean, anyway? What Porsche?
Well, I saw it at the airport when I arrived, in the hotel car park. Then yesterday I saw it cruising slowly down Sunset Boulevard when I was talking to our pal Breslau.
Where is it?
Across the road, alongside the Pioneer Chicken.
Not exactly inconspicuous.
In this town it is. Look for yourself. Streets are full of Porsches.
Was it always the same man driving?
I couldn't manage to see who was inside, I'm afraid. I thought it was one of your people, to tell the truth.
Is that your green Datsun at the curb?
I rented it at the airport.
You got the keys?
Sure. Here.
Great. Here are the keys to my car. It's a white BMW with tinted glass. It's in the garage. You drive off along Palos Verdes Drive. You know where I mean?
Yeah.
It's 20 to 1 the Porsche will follow you. I'll come after you in the Datsun and try to get a look at him. Then we'll all keep going until we find a nice lonely stretch of road without any filling stations or McDonald's. We'll shake an explanation out of him.
It'll depend on me. The Datsun's a rented car. Don't bend it.
I won't. If we lose sight of one another, just keep going with the Porsche and phone me tonight at the boat. Around 10:30, okay? Yes?
Is that Mr. Stewart? Mr. Boyd Stuart?
Yes, I'm Stuart.
Rampart Division, Los Angeles Police Department. Sergeant Hernandez. Traffic accident investigation.
What's the trouble?
You rent a BMW from City Center Rent-A-Car?
That's right. Where is it?
Right now, it's being shoveled into the back of a dump truck, Mr. Stewart. When did you miss it? Are you still there, Mr. Stewart?
Was the thief hurt?
He sure was, Mr. Stewart. The gas tank exploded and made a fireball that scorched 3 lanes of the Harbor Freeway. And nothing left of him to identify.
In XPD by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Charles Stein, Bruce Bower, Colonel Pittman, Barry Morse, Schmuck, George Coulouris, Billy Stein, Ian Tyler, Loden, Bernard Brown, Madame Mowring, Mary Wimbush, Kalkoven, Stuart Milligan, Ivan, David Garth, Grechko, David Sinclair, Hollis, David Lerner, Parker, Colin Starkey. XPD is dramatized by Michael Bakewell and directed by Peter King.
From Geneva to Los Angeles tomorrow, and an egg farm in Norfolk. Part 3 of XPD is at the same time.
Classic comedy on BBC Radio 4 Extra.
More cornflakes, Mr. Hancock?
Yes, please.
I'll have to open a new packet.
No. I want to open it. Oh, there. Oh, isn't it annoying? Doesn't it make you sick? I've got him.
You've got what?
This little plastic soldier, I've got him. Why can't you buy packets with ones in I haven't got?
How do I know what's inside them?
It tells you on the front. Free all this month, plastic guardsman. Make your own guards band up. Look at this, a trombone player. I've got him. I've got him 6 times. Daft grin on his face, look at him. I've a good mind to break him.
I haven't got him, Tub.
And what have you got to change?
I've got a spare drummer.
I've got him. The only one I'm missing is the trumpet player. Miss Pugh, go down and buy another packet of cornflakes with a trumpet player inside.
Follows. The Führer said that he wanted to offer to Britain terms that she could accept with honour. He would make no humiliating demands. Britain would not be obliged to forfeit a single square mile of her territory. Germany was even prepared to guarantee the safety of the British Isles against attack by any other foreign power. Mr. Churchill replied,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatized in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 3, An Egg Farm in Norfolk.
Okay, Boyd. Just pour me a scotch and tell me why I had to be dragged away from my chess game.
Here.
Thanks. I'll turn up the TV. Tune it into the Japanese channel.
Now it seems there has been a split between Len and the...
Didn't you check this boat for bugs?
Sure we did. But why take chances? You chess player?
Not seriously.
Pity. We play for money, and I was on a winning streak tonight. No matter. Tell me a story.
Hollis thought he was being tailed. A black 1978 Porsche 928. He saw it at the airport, and it was parked across the road from the office. We thought we'd have a look at the driver. I took Hollis's Datsun, and he drove my BMW. The Porsche fell for the bait and went after him. I followed both of them onto the San Diego freeway. The Porsche suddenly accelerated, and Hollis went after it. A lorry cut off my view, and when it cleared, there was no sign of them. They'd left the freeway. By the time I'd got back round again, the commuter traffic was starting to build up, so I gave up and came back here.
And then?
We'd arranged that if we lost one another, Hollis would ring me back here. When the phone rang, I thought it was him. But it was a Sergeant Hernandez telling me that the car had blown up, and there was nothing left of Hollis to identify.
You didn't get a look at the man in the Porsche?
It was too far ahead.
Too bad.
You think it was a deliberate killing? The police said no other car was involved.
The accident investigation cops have a routine they call A1 follow-up. I don't want you getting tangled up in it. Now, you just make sure you're Mr. Clean when the Sergeant Hernandez talks with you.
Okay.
Give me the keys to that kid's ducts and I'll handle that. Now, just forget you ever saw this British kid from the Washington Embassy. Tell the cops you left your car in the Marina car park with the key in the ignition. Oh, are there any other keys on the ring?
Just the high keys.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, at least you did something right. Go through with your dinner with Breslau tomorrow. Don't mention losing your car unless she brings it up.
Could be Breslau had a hand in the killing.
So you're not just a pretty face. Oh, I brought this for you. Know how to use it?
Point it and pull the trigger?
Very good. But you do have to load it first. You'll get the hang of it. Oh, well, I'm going back to my game.
Good luck.
You realize the guys who sapped that white BMW probably figured you were inside it.
Yeah. Can I turn this rubbish off now?
You think you can manage that on your own?
And what line of business are you in, Mr. Stuart?
Just at present, Mrs. Breslau, I'm looking for some...
Mr. Stuart is thinking of putting some of his company's money into a film I'm making, my dear.
Will you have another spoonful of lemon mousse, Annabelle?
Oh, it's delicious. I ought to say no, but I can't resist it.
Mr. Stein was actually there, you know,
Lovely.
Vincent.
Oh, actually where?
More mousse, Mr. Stein.
I just try and stop me, Mrs. Breslau.
Mercus, in Thuringia. I'm making a film about it.
Oh, that place. Max, would you think it rude of me if I poured a little more of that German wine?
No, help yourself.
Max, you must be the last people in Westlake holding out against California whites.
I'm interested to hear you were at Mercus, Mr. Stein. Did you go into the mine itself?
Oh, that was the place where the treasure was found, Annabelle.
Oh, was
I
it?
can't
Really?
say I did. More's the pity, though. I would like to get my hands on some of that stuff they found there.
Mr. Stein was a friend of the man who first wrote the story. He's going to be a wonderful help to the scriptwriter.
Would you like some cheese, Mr. Stein?
Thanks, Mrs. Breslau. That'd be great.
But you were actually there, Mr. Stein.
Chuck. Everybody calls me Chuck.
Here you are, Mr. Stein.
I was with a quartermaster trucking battalion. Our people moved some of the stuff out of the mine.
Have you been able to contact many people who were there, Mr. Breslau?
Oh, there are not so many left. It's a long time ago men have died, are sick, have forgotten, or wish to forget.
From what I heard, there was not only gold in the mine. There were paintings, rare books, secret documents, too.
Yeah, rare books, yeah. Rare German army materials, secret government archives, Nazi stuff, and personal documents concerning Hitler himself.
How do you know?
I handled some of it. I saw the inventory sheets. I was an orderly room clerk. They used our mimeograph machine to duplicate the records.
Well, now, why don't we all go where we can sit and talk more comfortably, huh? Coffee's ready.
I'll tell you this. There was stuff in that mine which would destroy your Winston Churchill reputation overnight.
What was that about Winston Churchill?
Rumours, Charles, rumours. Brandy.
Sure. Rumors, perhaps.
Yeah, let's all go and sit in the lounge.
Oh, that was a divine meal, Mary Louise. Have you ever tasted such delicious poulet au champagne, Mr. Stein?
No, ma'am, I never have.
Oh, you're so kind. Oh, do sit down, Mr. Stuart.
Thank you, Mrs. Breslau.
And coffee?
Thank you.
Everybody? Oh, do help yourself to a chocolate, Mr. Stein. Hand-potted brandy cherries from a tiny shop in Munich. Max used to buy them for me before we were married.
Gee, they're good, huh? Well, where do you buy them?
Oh, Max has his business partner bring them over from Munich.
He didn't tell me about his business partner in Munich. The chocolate-coated cherries are dandy, Mrs. Breslau. Yes, sirree.
Well, do have another.
Thanks. Did you hear that story about them finding Hitler in Sao Paulo? You know, they asked him to come back and run Germany. No, he says he won't go, so they keep trying to persuade him. They offer him money and anything he wants. He's got his mortgage almost paid, and a grown-up son and a married daughter by a second wife. Now, he doesn't want any part of going back to Germany, but finally he gives in. But before he goes back to be dictator of Germany again, he insists on one thing, right? No more Mr. Nice Guy. I got a million of them.
I'm sorry we have to go so soon, Mary Louise. It's been lovely. Yeah. Vincent's got a patient first thing in the morning.
Yeah, well, there it is. Good night, Max. So long, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Annabelle. Good night.
Well, I think it's time I was going, too.
No, don't go yet, Mr. Boyd.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Now, stay for another cup of coffee and another glass of something. We've still got some business to talk over, my dear.
Oh, well, I shall only yawn or say something silly, so if you'll excuse me, I'll go right to bed.
Of course, Mrs. Breslau. Thank you for a wonderful meal and a truly delightful evening.
Well, good night, Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stein.
Good night.
Good night.
And switch the dishwasher off before you come to bed, darling.
Yes, of course.
Good night.
Brandy, Mr. Stewart?
Thank you.
Charles has something he wants to show us.
This here is an old wartime document box. German. They made them of metal so they'd be fireproof. Now, can you read German, Mr. Stewart?
Well enough.
Uh-huh. Have you ever heard of Dr. Morel, Dr. Theodore Morel?
Hitler's personal physician.
Right. Not only Hitler's personal physician, but a man upon whom Hitler totally depended, who went everywhere with him. Now, these here are Dr. Morel's medical files on his patient Adolf Hitler. Now, you look for yourself, Mr. Stewart.
Thanks.
Brandon, Mrs. Stewart.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Breslau.
Charles.
Thanks. Interesting, huh? That's a desk diary dating from 1936. It shows how Dr. Morel first met Hitler through Hoffman, Hitler's personal photographer and a close friend. See here how it reads? Hoffman was sick. HH are Hoffman's initials. MF is Mein Führer. Look there, see?
Met MF at Hoffman's house, Munich. MF provided his personal aircraft for professional visit to HH in his Munich home.
Now we come to Morel's first professional opinion of Hitler.
Saw MF. First impression of him shocking. Complains of headaches, stomach pains, also ringing in the ears. Neurotic.
These are the details of Morel's first physical examination of Hitler.
No abnormalities, papillary reflexes normal, good coordination, normal sensitivity to heat and cold. Scars on leg as a result of a shrapnel wound in 1916. Badly mended fracture of left shoulder blade. Good job it wasn't his right. Otherwise, whatever would have happened to the Nazi salute?
Can't tear you away from it, can we?
I want to know the end of the story. Did the handsome young doctor cure his famous patient?
Dr. Morel was fat and ugly. Hitler said that if Morel could cure his eczema and make him better within a year, he'd be given a fine house.
What happened?
Well, Morel pumped Hitler full of a medicine he'd invented himself. For years, he didn't even have a virus infection. Whenever he was going to make a speech, Morel would give him an extra dose of glucose and stuff to pep him up. Hitler was pleased.
And no historian has ever seen this material?
No one knows that it exists.
It was taken to the Kaiserode mine.
That's what makes it so interesting. Our film, I mean.
Yes, of course, the film. Do you have access to other material like this, Mr. Stein?
Sure thing.
I'm afraid, Mr. Stewart, for better or worse, reputations are going to be turned upside down.
Hitler and Churchill, you mean?
Drink your coffee and have one of those delicious chocolates, Mr. Stuart.
They really are something.
We've done enough for one night.
What the hell?
Have a nice evening, Stuart.
Have you been waiting here for me all night?
No.
Do you want to talk in the boat?
No, this'll do. I'll get into the car.
You see, we took the liberty of putting a small device into your cassette player. It tells us where you are, give or take a mile or so.
Am I supposed to say thank you?
Hey, it could prove a benefit to you someday. Oh, give me a cigarette, will you?
I'm trying to give them up.
No matter. London is getting very excited about this caper. The guy sitting in my car is section head for the whole West region. He came in person to brief me about a highly unlikely information source that London have found. He wants you to fly to London tomorrow to go to East Anglia to talk to some geriatric German who, he says, helped load this junk on board a train when they were putting it into the Kaiserode mine.
Is that what you've come out here in the middle of the night to tell me?
I'm afraid so. This little bastard didn't come out here to consult me. No. He made it an order. Why the hell didn't he just put it onto the telex? I still don't understand.
California can be very pleasant at this time of year.
That's about the size of it. A jaunt for the top brass. It keeps us field men on our toes. Anyway, have a good time. The contact's name is with the airline ticket. Nothing covert about this one. Use your own passport and credit cards and so on, and report to London in the usual way. Oh, and stop worrying about that boy from Washington. It wasn't your fault.
I say, hello? Excuse me, is this Little Ashfield?
Yeah, this is Little Ashfield.
I'm looking for Franz Wafer's house.
He'll be in the church. What do you want him for?
In the church?
Polishing, not praying. Every week, regular as clockwork, old Mr. Wafer's in the church. Polishing the pews, sweeping the floor. You'll find the church at the end of the village.
Mr. Wafer?
You want the eggs for the rendezvous de gourmet?
I'm sorry?
I thought you were from the new restaurant, the main road. I had trouble starting the car this morning.
I'm from London, Mr. Wafer. I was told that you could help me with an inquiry we have about a wartime movement of German archives.
So they sent you. Is there no end to their questions?
I've no idea what you're talking about.
1945 again, that's it, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I've told you people all I know over and over again. Will it take long?
I can't tell at this stage.
I came here as a prisoner of war in 1945. I've been here ever since. Always a prisoner in a manner of speaking.
You regret it now, do you? Prefer the old country?
I've never been back there, Mr.
Stuart. Boyd Stuart.
Mr. Stuart. I imagine you have a car, Mr. Stuart.
Yeah.
My wife is using our vehicle. Friday is a heavy day. We run a poultry farm, Mr. Stuart. The restaurants, hotels and boarding houses all want our chickens and eggs before the weekend business.
It's parked by the Lich Gate.
Wolf, shut up, will you?
Franz, you're back early.
This is Mr. Stuart. He's come down from London to talk to me.
Oh? Won't you come in, Mr. Stuart?
Thank you.
You'll have a cup of tea?
Thank you.
Take off your coat and sit down, Mr. Stuart.
Thanks.
Would you like a piece of toast, Mr. Stuart? We don't have any biscuits in the house.
Just tea, thanks.
Right.
I never heard a shot fired in anger, Mr. Boyd. I wore a uniform and saluted my superiors, but most of the work I did in the army could have been done by a civilian.
And what was that?
When I left school, I worked in the Berlin office of the Hamburg American shipping line until I was drafted into the army. After basic training, I became a teleprinter operator. Worked in the telecommunications room with Army Group 6 HQ in Hanover for about a year. Then I went to Zossen.
The General Staff Headquarters? Its communication room handled every order the German army ever got.
It was a boring job. Everything was in code. Pour the tea out, Lucy. It's brewed.
Here.
Thank you.
I'll do the milking.
Sugar?
No, thanks.
My wife loves that clock.
It's a fine piece.
Nothing's too good for that clock. Even the oil has to come from a special shop in Norwich. Only yesterday morning, somebody turned up to replace one of the chimes. It had been on order for over 2 months. Can't stand the sound of that ticking. The damn thing is always slow. From Zossen, I was selected for duty with the signals detachment at the Wolfschanze, the Führer's headquarters in the Black Forest. Well, it was a great honor.
You were close to Hitler?
Sometimes I would see him every day. It was in February that the signals officer of Hitler's private train, the Führer Sonderzug, went into hospital, and I was assigned to it. Of course, there were drawbacks to the job. Every uniform had to be well pressed and spotless. No swearing, no smoking. And my communications staff were overworked.
I want to know about Hitler's personal documents. I'm trying to discover where they went in the last days of the war. My people say you know about this.
I was with Hitler almost to the end. On Wednesday, March the 21st, 1945, when the news came in that Patton's infantry were entering Ludwigshafen, the Führer sent for me. When we got to the anteroom, I took my pistol from its holster and gave it to the Waffen-SS guards. There was a table filled with them, each gun tagged with the name of its owner. Even Guderian and the adjutant had to hand over their briefcases for the guards to examine inside and out. Once in the anteroom, I saw all the big brass waiting for the daily conference. There was Keitel, Dönitz, Jodl, and some of Himmler's people. And sprawled in an armchair, looking miserable, I saw Goering himself. I sat on one of the embroidered gilt chairs, feeling out of place. And the study door opened, and Gunsche came into the room.
Gunsche was Hitler's SS adjutant.
Hitler had dozens of SS adjutants. Gunsche took me through the enormous study with the painting of Bismarck and Hitler's gigantic desk to a side room where they stored documents of the sort the Führer might require at short notice during his daily conferences. It was a small room, and Hitler stood in the middle of it. As I came closer to him, I could smell the medicated sweets he used whenever he had a sore throat. He was a shocking sight. His face seemed to have aged 40 years. He was stooped and seemed to have lost the use of his left arm, which trembled constantly. I'm afraid my face must have registered my horror at his appearance. I stood transfixed, giving the Heil Hitler arm upraised.
Captain Wefer, I have an important task for you. The enemy is using his heaviest weapons against me in Berlin. There are certain documents that I have decided should not be put at risk, and in the interests of history must not be destroyed. I have therefore decided that these documents, which I have personally selected, should be put into safekeeping for future generations. It is a great trust that I place in your hands, Captain Wefer.
Yes, my Führer.
You will leave tonight, using my personal train, to go to Frankfurt am Main. There will be cars and an armed escort there to take you onwards. Your exact orders and subsequent destination will be given to you later. You will unseal them on the train. If the train is stopped or delayed by enemy action, you can call upon whatever resources you require from the appropriate authority. Is that clear, Captain Wefer?
And there it was. That was my great meeting with the Napoleon of the 20th century. And what had I contributed? Yes, my Führer.
So you went back to the train as its sole passenger?
You don't understand the devious nature of the higher command. They provided an SS officer to accompany me. The wording of their orders ensured that my role was little more than a baggage porter. It was the SS that would call the tune.
Who was the SS officer who went with you?
Don't misunderstand me. The officer was an old friend of mine. He was only a junior rank Obersturmführer, like a first lieutenant. But he was an old-time regular. I'd known Breslau since childhood. He was a decent man. I wanted to visit my parents before we left. I had a feeling I might not see them again. Well, I got out using my day pass, but ran into the guard commander when I returned. He was a pig. But Max Breslau straightened it out. I could have been shot. Breslau was a Berliner. His mother had been a soprano with the State Opera.
How far did you get on the train?
Oh, we couldn't get beyond Erfurt. A railway bridge was damaged. The engineers said it couldn't bear the weight of the Führer's train.
And the sealed orders?
We had opened them on the train. It had been rerouted because of the bombing. Our orders were to take the Führer's personal papers to a salt mine at Merkers in the Thuringia Wald. We got there eventually with the help of 2 trucks and a platoon of infantry. After a long and acrimonious conversation with a half-witted major who refused to believe we were on a special mission for the Führer. When we got to Merkers, there was no one ready to accept the papers. The yard was muddy and littered with broken boxes and rubbish. There was another truck there when we arrived. It contained Reichsbank Director Frank and Reichsbank Prokurist. It was Dr. Frank who signed for our consignment and eventually let us go.
And Breslau?
He said he wanted to find the nearest Waffen-SS outfit and get back into the fighting. At the time, I suspected he was merely looking for some way of changing his SS papers and uniform for those of an ordinary army officer before surrendering to the Americans.
And what happened to Hitler's papers?
They went down into the mine. I went down into the shaft with Reichsbank Director Frank.
I've been through the interrogations and reports about the mine, Mr. Wefer, but I don't recall anyone called Frank.
I always suspected that Frank was not his real name.
Why?
Breslau was not the sort of officer who would so readily hand those secret papers to a civilian in return for a scribbled receipt. I think Frank was a Sicherheitsdienst official and Breslau had special orders to contact him. And Breslau spent a lot of time with Frank, meetings from which I was excluded.
And the man who called himself Frank had access to the gold too?
And also to all the foreign money that was there.
So this gold and foreign currency might have been placed there to finance the escape of the Nazi leaders?
All I know is that when the American soldiers arrived at Merkers, Reichsbank Director Frank was nowhere to be found.
Did you look at the documents?
One of the boxes had come unlocked during the journey. We couldn't help looking. Breslau took one of the typewritten sheets, a report of one of Hitler's daily military conferences, as a souvenir, I suppose. It was a crazy thing to do.
And you?
I was not a sentimentalist, Mr. Boyd.
No. You never did a crazy thing in your life.
Oh, excuse me,
Of course.
Yes? Yes. Yes. Damn you and damn the rest of them. For years no one cared, and now suddenly... You tell them I sent it almost a week ago. Negative, the only negative. Tell them to stop their damn silly games. Is there anything else, Mr. Boyd?
Not for the moment. Thank you for helping me.
There's no alternative. When your people arranged all my permits and permissions, they made it clear they could withdraw them just as quickly.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. By now, you're one of us.
Think you can find your way?
I'll be all right, thanks.
Turn right at the Red Fox.
And there's the Red Fox. So I'm up the road to Great Wickman Gate. Oh, my God. It's Wefer's farm. They've got him. The clock. They must have put the bomb in the clock when they fitted the new chime. Nothing much to be done for Wefer. So So much for brushing shoulders with Hitler. A safe hidden in the wall. Planning permission for a new chicken house. A passport stamped twice for visits to Berlin. So he was lying about never going back. He was lying about the documents too. He did take a souvenir. Pure copy. Hitler, Goering, Jodl. GPO receipt for a registered letter to general delivery in Los Angeles. And a photograph taken in some factory yard. Wafer, and it must be Max Breslau. And who's this bloke in civilian clothes? Oh, he's written something on the back. Franz, Max, and Dr. Frank. Time I was off.
In XPD by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Charles Stein, Bruce Bower, Max Breslau, Bernard Hepton, Wafer, Carl During, Hitler Minutes, Colin Starkey, Case Officer, Alan Thompson, Vincent, David Garth, Mrs. Breslau, Mary Wimbush, Mrs. Wafer, Anne Jameson, Adolf Hitler, David Sinclair. XPD is dramatised by Michael Bakewell and directed by Peter King.
Well, can Agent Boyd discover if a witness to Hitler's treasure mine is telling the truth? You can find out in part 4 of XPD, The Hitler Minutes, tomorrow.
Chocolate.
There is now so much research into cocoa.
We eat it when we're celebrating.
And it's amazing.
We eat it to cheer ourselves up.
We can make things that are unabashedly delicious and vegan and happy.
It's the delicious food of the gods, with a dark shadow hanging over its history.
They can't afford an organic certification. They can't afford fair trade certification.
I'll be sharing some of the best podcasts that explore the taste, ethics, and culture of the cacao bean. Podcast Radio Hour with...
The Führer said that victory was now only a matter of time. A sustained war on British territory would not only result in futile loss of life, but would destroy forever the British economy. And to what end? To fulfill treaty obligations in which Britain had no proper interest. Britain should be concerned with her empire overseas, not with the affairs of Europe. Germany had no quarrel with England. Mr. Churchill replied,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatised in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 4, The Hitler Minutes.
Seen the newspaper, Stuart?
IRA bomb factory blast, man dies. Bomb squad arrests in London follow explosion at farmhouse.
Of course there were no arrests by the bomb squad.
I suppose it's just the newspaper's way of linking the explosion to terrorism. It sells more papers.
No, don't be too hard on Fleet Street, Stuart. We've some good friends there.
So it was your story?
Better that way. And with Wafer being a rather taciturn German, his neighbours out there in Suffolk were only too ready to invent all kinds of evil doings.
Norfolk, actually, sir. He said he worked for us.
For one of the departments in Whitehall. And you found a photograph of this fellow Breslau in the ruins of the farmhouse?
It's been down to archives, Sir Sidney. There is still one German unidentified.
There's no point in my looking at it, Stuart. Not likely to turn out he's on the committee of my golf club or anything. So, what do you make of it?
First, I thought Wafer was lying about Breslau stealing that document. Later, when I'd had time to think about it, I was less sure. I think Breslau sent that sheet of Hitler's daily conference through the post to Wafer, together with a photograph. I think it was a way of reminding Wafer who Breslau was.
Renewing old acquaintance, you mean?
Or putting pressure on him.
Pressing him in what direction?
Not to tell us the story he told us.
Or indeed to tell you the story he told you, rather than tell the truth.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe him?
Vafer claimed that our people were harassing him, sir. He said he'd told the same story over and over.
Nonsense. No one else has talked to him on this matter?
Shall I let you have my written report in person?
No written reports for the time being, Stuart. We'll keep this strictly between you and me. Now, I think this business about the bomb will be all right. Lucky we had one of our chaps in Thetford to clear up, wasn't it, Stuart? What I still don't know is why you got there so early.
I was given no particular time to be there, sir. The written note my Los Angeles controller gave me just said that Franz Vaver would be at his home from 2 p.m. onwards. In the event, it wasn't correct. Vafer was a devout churchgoer. Once a week, he volunteered to clean the church.
Is that so? Well, you're doing a grand job, Stuart. Keep at it. And try and give me something for the PM when he returns from the heads of government meeting. Politicians are a restless and impatient breed. Were you thinking of returning to Los Angeles immediately?
Probably next week, sir.
Ah. Well, you know best, Stuart. You know best.
The DG gives me the creeps.
Oh, come back to bed, Boyd. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
I know he's a nice family man who helps old ladies across the street and takes stray dogs home, and my ex-wife adores him, but he really gives me the creeps. Vafer told me that our people had talked to him over and over again. The DG won't admit it.
Are you going to sit staring out of that window all night? What are you looking at?
There are 2 men in a green car outside the butcher's on the corner. They've been sitting there ever since we came back from the restaurant.
Are you getting paranoid?
The DG asked me why I was early going out to see that man, Vaver. I didn't tell him what time I got there. I didn't tell operations. I didn't tell my controller. I didn't tell you. I didn't tell anyone. How the hell would the DG know unless he had someone following me from the airport?
Look, just forget about it. Internal security run regular monitoring checks on everyone, from time to time. There is no significance that you're being followed from the airport. It's nothing to get hysterical about, darling.
Then let me tell you something that is worth getting hysterical about. Suppose I hadn't chanced across an old man who happened to know that Vafer was in church. Suppose I'd followed instructions to the letter, turned up a little late, gone straight to the Vafer house, had a cup of tea with his wife and waited for him to come back. Then what?
What are you trying to say to me, Boyd?
I'm all ready to get really angry with someone. I narrowly escaped being killed in a car in Los Angeles, and that was murder, I'm certain of it. And then someone phoned Vafer. Someone phoned him and checked that I was there before detonating that bomb. Except for a minor miscalculation by the ordnance technicians, Vafer would have disappeared, and I would have disappeared. And all that evidence you receipted tonight and put in the red safe, that would have disappeared too.
Boyd!
Just by some remote chance, the department happens to have someone in Thetford this afternoon. Someone they can contact at a moment's notice. Someone the DG can trust with the delicate task of putting a roll of £10 notes into Mrs. Vaver's mouth.
Conjecture. That's largely conjecture.
Don't switch on the light. We're still there.
Are you trying to tell me that your father-in-law arranged to have you killed? XPD? Expedient Demise? Is that what you're arguing?
There's no getting round the facts, Kitty.
Look, the DG has no contact with any XPD orders, Boyd. You know the system. XPD orders come only on the personal authority of each individual regional ops chief. Then they're countersigned by the DG's deputy. It's always done that way. The DG has no say in it.
Yes, it's always been done that way, Kitty, so that the DG can go before secret parliamentary committees and truthfully swear that he has no knowledge of Expedient Demise or any other authorised killings. I know how it's all done, Kitty.
No one knows about it. Not even my boss knows how they assign the XPDs, or even which of our agents handle them. But I'll tell you one thing, Boyd. There's no way Sir Sidney could arrange it without the collaboration of others, and I've worked there long enough to know that he wouldn't get it.
Are you seriously telling me that in all the time you've worked in operations, you've never seen an order for Expedient Demise?
For defectors, Boyd. For traitors. For people with heads filled with secrets like the whereabouts of field agents. And then only after the department is certain that they're on the point of betraying everything to Moscow. They never XPD field people like you, pursuing an operational task to the best of your ability.
Do you mind if I take notes? You're talking like a field manual.
Oh, thanks a lot. And now I've had enough of your bad temper, I'm going home.
Oh, stop it, Kit. You know I didn't mean... Oh, don't get dressed, for God's sake.
Do you know what it's like for me being in this bloody flat with you?
What do you mean?
I mean, everywhere I look, there are bits and pieces belonging to other women.
Woman, not women. Jennifer's things, do you mean?
Yes, you're bloody Jennifer! That's right. How does she talk? Not like a field manual. How then? Like a sex manual!
Oh, my God, Kitty, don't start crying. I can't stand it.
Oh, that's it, of course. Not don't cry, Kitty, because I hate to see you unhappy. It's don't cry, Kitty, because I can't stand it. Where are my shoes?
Your car is miles away.
Don't worry about me. I'm not frightened of little green men in flying saucers.
Oh, go to hell.
Well, we now come to the last item on our agenda, non-electronic systems. I don't think we need to detain GCHQ over this one.
Thank you. I'll be on my way.
Right, well, see you next week, Charles.
Yeah. Bye.
Well, Sir Sidney?
Well, in the absence of any hard and fast evidence, we must assume that a large body of documentary evidence has fallen into private hands. Mm-hmm. And we have to assume that this material is wholly unknown to the US State Department.
Yeah.
How can we be sure of that?
Oh, I have people there. We have scoured their State Department archives.
Even the classified ones?
What else would be of use?
Quite.
Now, the material in question includes messages, telegrams, cables, and conversations between various representatives of His Majesty's government and the German leaders in 1940.
Yeah, well, I think we can dispense with the euphemism, Sir Sidney. We're talking about the Hitler Minutes, aren't we? We're talking about the undated document headed Framework for a Negotiated Settlement that was passed to the German Foreign Office via Stockholm in, if my memory serves me correctly, late May 1940.
How I wish that were all we were talking about, gentlemen, but I can assure you that dissertation of well-intentioned gobbledygook would never have caused me to lose a wink of sleep. There would be no difficulty in passing that off as a clever way of playing for time during the Dunkirk evacuation.
What then?
We are talking about top-level exchanges in which specific concessions were discussed. The map of Africa was to revert to its 19th century colours.
My God.
Yes, the whole of Ireland was to be placed under what was to be known as an Anglo-German administration, and Cork and Belfast were to become permanent German naval bases for a newly created German Atlantic fleet. The ships for this would, of course, have been ours.
But that's preposterous.
Worldwide port facilities for the Royal Navy from Hong Kong to Gibraltar would immediately start refuelling and revictualling any German warships as required, as well as any merchantmen flying the German flag.
If this is some sort of joke, Sir Sidney.
No joke. I wish it were.
And has the PM been told?
He now knows the full extent of the danger. He is particularly distressed about the Irish dimension. You can see how this would be manipulated by the Dublin government or the IRA.
Well, hardly any need for manipulation. I mean, the facts alone are incredible.
Yes, they also discussed the use that the Germans might make of elements of the French fleet.
Before the surrender of France?
That is correct.
Our finest hour. Oh, Winston would turn in his grave.
Gentlemen, I'm not sure that you understand me. I'm referring to decisions in which Sir Winston played a major role. I'm referring to exchanges between Sir Winston and Hitler himself.
Hitler? Hitler and Churchill?
Now, let's not meet trouble halfway, gentlemen. Pray that my people get their hands on these wretched files.
I think we'll have to point out that these documents are not authenticated, but say that they may be forgeries concocted by the Germans during the war to discredit us.
Yes, I take your point, or concocted more recently, perhaps. Now, I think it might be as well if we talked about the preparation of a couple of items.
Forge them and then use them to discredit the rest of the material? Coming so soon after the Hitler diaries, the press might swallow that.
Yes, it might.
Let's meet tomorrow for lunch, then find some quiet place after we've eaten. The travellers suit you?
Yes,
right on. Yes. Well, if you'd let me have your agenda papers, gentlemen, I'll put them through the shredder.
All right.
I only wish I could do the same with those wretched documents.
paper wrapped shrimp. You want some of these?
Oh, no thanks, Dad. I couldn't eat another thing.
You know, these little eateries in Chinatown, only place we can find the real thing. Breslow's took me to eat a fancy joint on La Cigarra, last Monday. Waiters and claw hammer, coach finger bowls, lemon slices, linen bridge to protect the necktie with them. But then the line, what do you got, huh?
I don't know.
Chop suey. That's what you got. Not these delicate little specialties. Cooked up here in North Broadway and all put together. What the hell are you staring at?
Nothing. See, is Breslow going to make that movie?
Well, he's spending money on pre-production.
I've seen a lot of the Breslows lately.
I see a lot of the Breslows because I want to keep an eye on what the little son bitch are doing.
I thought you were getting to like him.
I say he's a good businessman. That doesn't mean like him. It means you got to watch out what the hell he might try to pull.
For instance?
Well, look. Did never strike your belly. If Breslow could get his hands on all the documents we got out of the mine, he wouldn't need me, huh? You going to eat that thing?
No.
Give it to me. Come on. Damn. No. What are you looking at?
Just a girl.
Did you ever look at anything else?
What are you going to do to make sure he doesn't rip us off?
This stuff is good, huh? Well, I've been thinking of that. First, you got to understand how much trouble we've got into in order to prevent Breslow finding out where the files and papers are hidden. It's essential that we keep the location a secret from him and from anyone else associated with him. That goes double for that Brit.
Oh, I forgot you met that Brit. What's he like?
You missed something, Billy. Boyd Stuart. That's what he calls himself. Now, what kind of faggot name is that? But he's no faggot when it comes to weighing in 200 pounds at least. I guess he knows how to handle himself. Never mind the fancy accent. Cunning, you could see it in his eyes.
Sounds like you like him even less than you like Breslow.
He wants the documents, Billy. Should have seen the way he looked when I showed him the morale file. Yeah. Now, look, what I'm trying to tell you, Billy, is that the Brits, they might have decided to destroy those documents and rub out anyone who knows about them.
Why do you keep looking at your watch?
Breslow was supposed to be joining us for lunch.
Why didn't he say so before? And why this greasy spoon? I thought you said Breslow liked good food.
Breslow says he's crazy about Chinese steamed pastries, huh? I told him this was the best place in town to eat them. He wants to talk about copyright, he says. So.
I wondered why you sat looking at the door.
Hey, look, here he is now. Hi, Mike.
I'm sorry I'm so late, Charles.
That's okay. This is my son, Billy.
Pleased to meet you.
How do you do? And sitting over there is my daughter, Mary. Come on over, Mary.
Okay.
This is Charles Stein and his son, Billy.
Hi.
So that's who you were staring at. And no wonder you couldn't take your eyes off her.
You must have guessed who they were, Mary. You should have introduced yourself.
Dad, I just couldn't come over.
Come on, let's move to another table, huh? Any place I eat gets to look like a disaster area.
Nothing to eat for me. Could I speak to you for a moment, Charles?
Sure.
I want to show you something in my car. It's in the underground garage.
Whatever you say. I'm sure the kids won't miss us.
Dad.
Gee whiz. The whole side's pushed in.
They tried to kill me, Charles.
You're shaking. Come back to the restaurant and have a drink and think yourself lucky you weren't killed. It's Friday the 13th.
You don't understand, Charles. When I say they were trying to kill me, I mean exactly that. This wasn't any ordinary traffic accident. The fellow was working with two other drivers. One boxed me in and the other one edged me over into the emergency lane and tried to crush me against the median wall. And behind me, I had a big panel truck hitting my rear fenders. I tried to slow.
Max, are you sure you're not imagining all this? I mean, it's easy enough to mistake some drunken salesman or some hyped-up kid for something else.
These weren't kids or salesmen, Charles. You can see the size of the truck from the way my top's damaged.
You're a tough son of a bitch, Max. You kept behind the wheel and held on, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know how you got this heap all the way out here without a tow truck.
Now, Mary mustn't know. She'll be sure to tell her mother. You must promise me help in getting her away from the restaurant. If she comes down here to collect her mother's Chevy, she'll be sure to see what happened.
Come and have a drink, Max.
It was the Britisher who did it, Charles. I'm certain of that. They're desperate to get these documents. We must be clever, Charles, or they will kill the two of us and there'll be no money for anyone.
I'll go and tell the kids that something important has come up and I'm borrowing the Chevy, huh?
Yeah.
That way your daughter will have no reason to come down here.
How'll she get home?
Billy will drive us home. He'll love showing off in that goddamn T-Bird.
It's not parked down here.
It's only old dudes like us who pay for parking nowadays. Billy left his car on the sidewalk just the way he always does.
We must move fast, Charles, or we'll get nothing out of it except an early death. We must make all the material public, and we need to establish a clear claim to our right in it.
It's not our copyright. This stuff originated from all sorts of long-dead people, huh? Dr. Morrell, for instance. What's on your mind exactly?
You have to make all your material available. It's as simple as that. Until now, we've continued in good faith. But you've got to release the more sensitive material. Now, we've got a good script, a director who can start immediately, but what will really make the film a sensation is in those documents.
Let's see the way it goes for a week or two. I've never promised anything. I just said I'd think about it.
But we really have to start to get moving.
There are still a few ends to be tidied up.
Shall I tell you what I think, Charles? I suspect the truth is you don't want to publish those papers. You've had these documents for so long now that they've become a part of your life.
Maybe there's some truth in that.
In the ordinary way, perhaps it wouldn't matter much. But we are playing for big stakes, my friend. Isn't it enough for you that the British tried to kill me today? How long do you think it will be before they make such an attempt on your life, too? How long before they decide to kill your Billy or my Mary?
What are you going to do about Mary?
I shall make contact with our friend Mr. Boyd Stuart and make sure he understands that I have no access to the papers. That would be enough to remove me from the firing line. It's you I'm worrying about, my friend.
That makes two of us. You want a chocolate?
No, thank you, Charles.
I'm too old to die a violent death. I got my end all figured out. It's going to be upstairs in the best bedroom with Billy and his grandsons, listening to what I tell them about the investments.
It's no laughing matter.
I'm not joking.
Let me put a hypothetical question to you. We're businessmen, are we not? And neither of us is getting any younger.
Spit it out, Max.
Now, suppose I were to arrange a sale of your papers. Suppose I were to include a provision that gave you a percentage of the film profits made, as well as putting money in your pocket.
I've told you before, Max, I'm just the front man for a syndicate. I don't own those papers. I just own a very small share in them. People I'm working with trust me and rely on my judgment. I have to stay close to this deal and make sure my syndicate gets fairly treated.
And why not? Who's talking about selling anyone short? What I'm telling you is that a big financial backer could take over the project and make more money out of it than we ever could. Movies, TV, paperbacks, videos. There could be cash up front, Charles. And a company like that could never come under the sort of physical threats that the British are subjecting us to. Have you got the documents in the house, Charles?
Don't crowd me, Max.
Very well, Charles.
You mad at me?
My friend, how could that be possible? We're partners, are we not?
Hi, Dad. Mr. Breslow.
Mary get home all right?
Sure thing, Mr. Breslow.
I'll phone you tonight, Max, or failing that first thing in the morning.
Very well, Charles, but make sure you double lock your doors tonight. These people mean business.
I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
Of course you have, Charles. But let's hope you don't have to demonstrate what they are. Goodbye, Billy. Thanks for taking Mary home.
What's eating him?
His car got bashed up in the freeway. He reckons the Brits are trying to kill him.
On account of that Hitler movie?
Yeah. I'm not so sure, though. Maybe he fixed the accident himself to try and railroad me into selling the documents.
I wouldn't want anything to happen to Mary.
It's married now, is it? You only met her at lunchtime. What's it? You love at first sight?
I knew you were going to blow your top. I told Mary you had this thing about Germans.
You've been discussing me, huh? Tell me, Billy, did she exchange confidences? Did she tell you a few of Good old Daddy Max's little passions and preoccupations.
All I said was that you didn't like Germans because of some of the things you saw in the war.
Okay. I got no time for that now. I'm going out.
I may be out too later.
Then, listen, tell Mrs. Fenson to double lock all the doors and check the window catches and not to open the door to anyone, okay? I mean that.
Sure. Where are you going?
Visiting an old pal.
How long has Stein been in there now?
Around 1.5 hours.
I'll be glad when Stuart gets back from London. We need some action on this one. It's costing us more than we can afford. I've allocated 5 men for Stein and 2 for Breslau. We can't keep it going forever. I feel sure Stein and Breslau have those damn papers here in town.
They could be anywhere. Stein went to Geneva last month. Maybe that's where he has the papers.
Who's the guy Stein's talking to in the club anyway?
The other is Jerry Delaney. A smooth-talking crook who's into everything from porn and movies to stolen fruit machines.
An old army buddy of Stein's?
We're not certain of that. London won't let us dip into the Washington computer. But I reckon there's a link with the army and the mine.
It's getting rough, Jerry. I'm planning to set up a deal where we can patch up our losses at the bank with whatever we can raise from the odds and ends we got left over.
The documents and copies and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm tangling with some very tough customers, Jerry. I feel like I stuck my finger in a hornet's nest.
What do you mean?
I mean I might have to scram real fast. That's why I had to ask you to get those papers.
Yeah, they're all here. Brazilian passport in the name of Stefan Wazowski. Polish name, so no one will expect you to speak Portuguese.
Good.
A copy of a birth certificate, October 19th, 1926, issued by the Department of the Interior in Warsaw in 1938.
Right.
French driving license. The American Express card is a forgery, so don't buy anything with it. Just use it as ID, understand?
Well, this guy knows his way around.
Yeah, the best. You're all set up.
No, Jerry, this stuff is to help a man who's running. But I don't plan to run forever. I'll need a history, bank records backed up by bank managers who will play ball. I need someone who can put me on a computer, Jerry.
It could be done, Chuck, but there's a lot of people to pay.
I don't care what it costs.
I don't think we're going to get anything out of this. Let's tell the people in the other car to take over. I'm sure that Stein will stay in that club all evening and then drive home and go to bed. I promised to phone London tonight with a situation report.
I'm inclined to agree. Santos. Get in. Well, what's happened?
There's been a call to Stein, timed 8:30. A man named Bach called him from London.
Who answered? Billy Stein?
He's left for his boat in Ensenada. We got a tail on him.
So who answered?
Nobody. The message went on the answering machine. And this guy Bach works for a German bank in London, says he has life and death information about the documents. He wants to talk to Stein. He's left a secretarial service number in London.
Could be a chance for us.
This could be what we've been waiting for.
Could you wipe that answering machine clear, Santos?
Not without getting inside the Stein place. It's pretty well equipped for security.
We've got to get in there, nevertheless.
What about Stein?
I could fix up so the highway patrol pick him up for drunk driving. Keep him in jail for the night.
Then get on to it. We've got to make sure we get to this man Bock before Stein does. We can't afford to take any chances with this one.
In XPD, by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Sidney Ryden, David Garth, Charles Stein, Bruce Bower, Max Breslau, Bernard Hepton, Hitler Minutes, Colin Starkey, Mary Breslau, Helena Breck, Kitty, Melinda Walker, Deputy Secretary, Garrard Green, MI5 man, David Sinclair, Billy Stein, Ian Tyler, Case Officer, Alan Thompson, Section Head, Bernard Brown. XPD is dramatized by Michael Bakewell and directed by Peter King.
So, in part 3 tomorrow, can the XPD service get hold of the papers contained in the Nazi treasure trove? The legendary Antidote to Panel Games, I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, turns 50 years old. Radio 4 Extra will be celebrating with a selection of episodes picked out from over 75 series across 5 decades. And we'll be starting with the very first episode from April 1972, in which the panellists Tim Brooke-Taylor, Joe Kendall, Bill Oddie and Graham Garden were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton.
There's a challenge there from Graham Garden. You've got to justify a connection between nun and pomegranate.
There's a Sicilian order of nuns.
You can tell he's lying
in the
already.
mountains. This is true.
True.
Who grow all the pomegranates for the mafia. I think that's the connection.
We're fortunate enough to have a nun and a member of the mafia in the audience. Who are both shaking their heads vigorously, so I don't uphold that one.
Radio 4 Extra celebrates Clue at 50 with specially selected episodes from across the decades. Next Monday to Friday at 9 in the morning and again at 4 in the afternoon on Radio 4 Extra and BBC Sounds.
Dance. It has the power to connect, to communicate, and of course, entertain.
Oti Mabuse revealed...
The Führer said that if Great Britain were prepared to recognise that the war in Europe was at an end, then he would be prepared to guarantee that the British Empire remained intact. There would, of course, have to be a number of important concessions. In particular, the German Overseas Empire, dismantled under the infamous Treaty of Versailles in 1919, must be restored. Mr. Churchill replied,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatised in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 5, Operation Siegfried.
Stuart.
Sorry, I'm a little late. The cryptograph machine was in use until a few minutes ago.
Doesn't matter. I was only sleeping.
Well, I said I was sorry. Anyway, you better make sure you're fully awake. It looks as though we have a breakthrough on the Stein documents.
Really?
A call to Stein from London. A man named Paul Bock wants to talk to Stein about the papers. He says he works for a German bank in London. He says it's a matter of life and death.
Oh, he does he?
He won't give his address, but he left the number of a secretarial agency which will take a message for him.
Well, where did this call come through to?
He was phoning Stein. There was no one in the house, and the call went on to Stein's answering machine. Our people are trying to get into Stein's house to wipe the message off the tape, but they're not having much success.
Okay, so there's no time to lose. Give me the number of the agency and any other details you've got.
The number is...
HDB agency?
Oh, I'm trying to contact a Mr. Paul Bock. He left your number.
And your name is?
Stein. Charles Stein.
Oh, yes. I have the message for you, Mr. Stein. Go to Jimmy's Militaria. It's in York Way, near King's Cross Station. You can't miss it, it says here.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye. You can't miss it, the lady said. How right she was. Swastikas, iron crosses, photos of Eva Braun. Kitchener needs you.
We're closed. We don't open till 10.
I'm looking for a Mr. Paul Bock. He wants to see me.
At this time of day? You're not Stein, are you?
Charles Stein, that's me.
You don't sound like an American.
I was at school in England.
Well, come in, Mr. Stein. Paul will be surprised to see you. He's frying himself an egg upstairs. This way.
The message was on my answering machine. I phoned to see if there were any messages. I have a device which makes the recording play back over the phone.
Ain't science wonderful? By the way, I'm Jimmy. Through here. Hey, Paul, turn that thing off. Here's your Mr. Stein.
Charles Stein. I was in London.
He phones his home and gets you a message using one of those whistle gadgets.
Jimmy's a communications engineer. I'm just an amateur. I've been using my little microcomputer to get into mainframes by telephone for years.
Are you a political activist?
Oh, no. We're computer pirates. Nothing to do with politics. Our idea of fun is accessing password files. We're a sort of club.
Do you want an egg? Soft or turned over?
Soft.
Jimmy eats them turned over. They taste like plastic. Cigarette? Help yourself.
No, thanks. Bit early for me.
Tell me everything you know about Operation Siegfried.
Don't know what you're talking about.
We can get rough, Mr. Stein. You might find it hard to believe, but we can get very rough.
I believe you can get rough. So why don't you believe me when I say that I've never heard of Operation Siegfried?
Here's your egg. Do you want bread?
Thanks. You've got something to tell me, then tell me.
I work in a bank. Big German bank. The name doesn't matter. We got this information from the bank's computer.
Is that difficult?
The computer was a beauty. Could be this is one of the most complex of its kind anywhere in Europe.
But we cracked it. Oh, Jimmy did. Jimmy's a wizard.
So what is Operation Siegfried?
Well, we're not quite sure.
There is a secret fund, a trust, they call it, formed by some of the most powerful organizations of the Bundesrepublik. Steel companies, armaments, insurance companies, publishers, very big banks. We know that the senior trustee is a man named Botker. He's president of a bank based in Hamburg. Like all the men involved, he's never been associated with any post-war political party. That's significant.
In what way significant?
Well, if you were going to resurrect the Third Reich, would it not be a good idea to tell your agents to avoid all political activity?
The war was 40 years ago. You mean they've been asked to wait that long for Operation Siegfried?
They're patient, full of cunning. The Third Reich was planned to last for 1,000 years. Hitler said so. So what's 40 or 50 years to such people?
And you think these people are starting a Fourth Reich? But what's it got to do with me?
We got your name from the computer. We got a printout, committed it to memory, then destroyed it. And there were many names, each with a code word, the significance of which we've not yet decided. Your name was the only one which sounded unmistakably Jewish. It seemed to us impossible that you'd be a supporter of their aims, and therefore you must be an intended victim.
It's all true. You may not believe it, but it's all true.
Well, we've done all we could. We warned him.
What about some hard information? What about more names?
We wondered if you could be on some sort of death list, Mr. Stein.
And I'm wondering if all these swastikas and Nazi badges haven't taken hold of your senses.
Get stuffed. We told you, and that's that.
What about a little more evidence?
We'll talk about it. I got to get ready to go to the bank. Have you got a car, Mr. Stein?
Yeah? Why?
I'd be grateful if you give me a lift to the tube. Looks as if it's going to rain. Thank you, Mr. Stein. That was very kind.
I wish you'd give me more information. Give me some details of the trust. I mean, what's its address?
Perhaps next time.
Why not now? If my life is in danger the way you say it is, why not now?
Because we don't believe you are Mr. Stein. Jimmy thinks you are the police. I'm not certain who you are, but the computer printout shows nearly $100 million against your name. You're not a man who's ever had the use of a fortune. Men who handle money like that don't come knocking on doors in King's Cross early in the morning. They send others to do it for them. You tell Mr. Stein to come in person next time.
Für deine Kreise und für seine Herrlichkeit jetzt und immer! Deutschland, sieg heil!
Tea.
To tea. Thanks.
Have you found anything yet?
3 different sequences so far.
Oh, is that the photo you were talking about? The one you found in Wafer's farmhouse after the explosion?
Yeah. Must have been taken at the Kaiserode mine on or about April the 2nd, 1945. That's Wafer, and that's Breslau next to him.
The man you met in Los Angeles? The film producer?
Yeah. The civilian is the one I'm trying to identify. Reichsbank Director Frank, he was calling himself in 1945.
And now you found him?
I think so. This is a blow-up from a frame of film of Hitler's meeting with Mussolini in 1941. You see that man there, 3 to the left of Hitler, the one with the camera in his hand?
Oh, but he's in uniform.
Well, Germans let their security people wear any uniform they fancied when they were at work. I've got other photos that resemble him. Now I'll get them enlarged to some reasonable size.
Oh, the darkroom will curse you, Boyd. They're up to their ears in work.
I've got a AAA priority, Kitty. There's nothing that takes priority over anything I need.
Well, drink your tea. I ought to be getting back.
What are you doing down here, anyway?
You'll never guess. I came to return the DG's personal file.
You mean he keeps it locked away down here?
Oh, yes, he's most particular about it.
He was in Switzerland for most of the war, wasn't he?
Well, except for a short time they let him serve with the army in Italy. He was deafened by the gunfire at Monte Cassino. That's why he wears a hearing aid.
A hearing aid?
Come on, you must have noticed. That's why he wears his hair so long.
The vain old bugger.
Isn't he?
I love you, Kitty.
Oh, don't be silly, Boyd. Give me a cup. I must get back to work.
What's the red sticker on the file for?
It's a stop mark. The cover name mustn't be used again.
Why?
Well, during the war, the DG used the name of Elliot Castlebridge. Well, that was a wartime order, you know, in case any of the high-ups were captured by the Germans.
The brief and exciting career of Elliot Castlebridge killed by a stop mark.
I'll leave you to Reichsbank Director Frank.
And that was certainly a cover name. I wonder what Frank calls himself now.
Herr Kleiber, I'm glad you were able to come here at such short notice. For us, it's only a matter of 2 or 3 hours' journey at most. For you, a long and dreary flight.
Dr. Bodker, I love Hamburg, and I love coming here. After all, I married in Hamburg, even if it proved to be a brief duration, and she still lives here, happily married to someone else. And I would willingly do the journey all over again for such a magnificent breakfast.
Gentlemen, to business. The business of Operation Siegfried. Now, I must admit to you all that things have not gone as smoothly as we had hoped. When, thanks to the activities of Herr Kleiber, we took so much money from the Americans' bank in Geneva, we expected Stein or Pittman to offer the Hitler documents to us through Herr Kleiber's men in Los Angeles. This proved to be a miscalculation on our part. Perhaps if these men had been Germans, they would have reacted more rationally. But they're Americans.
I trust, Dr. Bodker, that this does not mean that there will be any slackening in our efforts to acquire the documents. Surely they are vital to the cause of Operation Siegfried.
Oh, we shall not slacken, Herr Fischer. All of us have given a great part of our lives to making Germany prosperous, strong, and a good place to live in. Has anyone forgotten what we suffered under Hitler and his fellow criminals?
We have not forgotten, Doctor.
Yes, but democracy is a fragile flower. What we have built from the ashes of 1945 could be quickly destroyed by neo-Nazi madmen or by communist fanatics who would like to see Russian soldiers patrolling our streets. Hitler is dead. Let him remain dead. We want no revelations which will bring Hitler out of his grave and make him glorious in the eyes of the German people.
But can our ends only be achieved through violence? I gather that several men have already been killed. Can we be sure that that is the end of it?
By no means. I have no doubt that there will be other deaths, simply because the men we are up against are determined on a collision course.
I had not fully understood that when we began. I wonder how many of us would have authorized the formation of the trust had we realized that the money was to be paid to hired killers. I understood it, Herr Rau, and everyone I spoke to understood it. Everyone who is not hard of hearing understood it. My hearing is not defective.
We must leave the operational side of the matter to Willy.
Does operational side mean killing people we don't like?
Yes. You'd better understand this, gentlemen. Each and every one of us has already committed a crime. We are all accessories to murder. If we close down Operation Siegfried tomorrow, our plans unfulfilled, what then? Can we bring those men back to life? No. And what if one of us decided to go to the police and tell them of our plan? Shall I tell you what would happen? Everyone associated with Operation Siegfried would be ruthlessly hunted down and rigorously punished. As Winston Churchill said in 1940, we shall fight on unconquerable until the curse of Hitler is lifted from the brows of mankind.
There will be no violence for the sake of violence, Dr. Rao. And with all due respect to Dr. Bodker, I must be allowed to correct him. There's no place in this delicate operation for personal animosities. The only people who will be killed are those who have knowledge which is dangerous to our cause. Dr. Botka has selected me for the operations side of this plan simply because he knows that I do not relish violence. I am your sword-arm, gentlemen. Be confident that I will not strike down the innocent.
Thank you, Vinny. And now, gentlemen, let us get down to business. Money is urgently required in London.
Well, that turned out all right. Although I wonder what Rao is going to do for a moment.
Oh, he's getting old. It will happen to all of us eventually, I suppose.
Anyway, it turned out all right.
For the time being, it did. But you know as well as I do that it will not be 1 or 2 deaths.
It will be messy. Look at the trouble we had over killing Wafer in England. I thought it was going to become a big newspaper story.
They were mad to do it like that. Have our people there no sense?
The British Secret Service already knew Wafer. They were pressing him. We had to do something very quickly indeed.
The British Secret Service. They are the real danger. To let them get hold of the Hitler minutes would be the very worst thing that could happen to us. If the newspapers got them, we might be able to buy them off, or even frighten them off. Failing that, we can put up a smoke screen. But if they fall into the hands of the British Secret Service, anything may happen.
Everything seems to come at once, Stuart. Do you find that?
Yes, sir, I do. I'm awfully sorry to be making a difficult day even worse for you.
Homosexuals, are they?
I'm sorry, I don't quite...
These computer creatures, are they homosexuals?
I've no reason to think so, Director.
They sound like 2 delinquents.
They are delinquents.
Quite so, Stuart. Am I to take it that you're treating their information seriously?
For the time being, I am, sir.
Isn't it rather preposterous? Surely you don't believe that a syndicate of German industrialists is about to start a new Nazi movement?
I'm not at the stage where I can start enjoying the luxury of discounting anything.
Oh, well, it's your investigation. But the PM is asking for a situation report. I'm not going to relish telling him that my principal field agent thinks it's all a neo-Nazi plot.
No, sir, of course not.
You don't mind if I make a few inquiries myself?
No, sir.
Good. Good, that's it then.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry to cut it short, but I'm due to have lunch with Herr Hyman of West German Intelligence, Stuart.
Yes, sir.
Mercifully, he shares my interest in cactuses. Otherwise, God knows what we'd have to talk about.
I have a mealybug in my ripsalis.
Oh, dear.
I just do not know what I'm going to do.
Well...
The only thing that will kill it is paraffin. So often it kills the plant also.
No. Oh, I never resort to paraffin. Huh? No. As soon as you see those grey, fluffy specks, get them off with a pin. If the worst comes to the worst, cut away the part of the plant that's affected, but never use paraffin. It's fatal.
That's fascinating. I shall try it.
Good. Yes, damn pity you can't spare the time to come down to my place in the country. My Cactus tabularis will amaze you.
Next time, perhaps.
Excellent.
I only wish there was something I could do for you in return, Sir Sidney.
Well, perhaps there is, my dear chap. Look, this is a top-secret matter, but I want to check on the likelihood of a young fellow working for a London branch of a Hamburg bank being able to get something from their control computer. You have to be a very, very discreet inquiry.
Well, that is a simple matter, Sir Sidney. I'll handle it personally. Tomorrow I'll be in Bonn, lunching with an old friend who runs one of our best security companies. Willy Kleiber knows all about German bank computer systems.
Oh, excellent. You see, I'd rather not have it made official.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you the details. The young man's name is Bock. Paul Bock.
Stuart.
Stein is in England.
Stein?
Not the father, the son. Billy Stein. They weren't able to get the message off the answering machine. Stein sent his son over to talk to Bock. He got the name from the agency this morning. He's on his way there now.
There you are, young man. Jimmy's Militaria.
Thanks.
Hello? Anybody there? It's Billy Stein. Is anybody in? Oh my God.
Stuart,
Stein went to the house.
where is he now?
He's back in his hotel. He's badly shaken. We've arranged a safe house in the Pentonville Road. It's just like a police station and all fitted out with cells. He'll never know the difference. He's all yours, Stuart.
Right.
Yeah? What is it?
Room service, Mr. Stein.
What do you want?
I've got a packet for you.
Push it under the door.
It's a packet, I said, sir. It won't go under the door.
Oh!
Freeze. This thing can put bullets through the side of a car. I hate to think what it could do to you, Billy. I'll give you what you gave those poor kids up in King's Cross this morning if you give me the least excuse.
What kids? I don't know what you're talking about. How'd you know my name?
Don't give me all that stuff, Stein. I know what you did this morning. You killed those 2 kids and hacked their heads off. What do they do to you? Were you trying to sell them some of your dad's fancy Hitler documents? Or were they behind with the rent?
Oh, I get it. You're one of those Brits who's been talking to my dad about those papers. Well, you know all that stuff.
I know about the papers. What I didn't know is the lengths that you and your dad would go to hang on to them. What did you use, Billy? A hacksaw, was it? Or a chopper?
You don't talk to me like that, you bastard. I didn't kill those people. I swear to God I didn't.
You did kill them, you little creep. Keep still or I'll blow your head off.
You know what I think? I think you killed them. If you didn't do it personally, somebody employed by the goddamn British spy service did it. And then you put that phone message on my tape, staked out the house to watch me walk into your trap. It's a frame-up. You set me up!
Never mind the histrionics. You lean forward and put your arms behind you so I can fit the handcuffs on you.
You're charging me, are you?
No. You'll be charged by a nice police inspector in full-dress uniform. You get an inspector for a murder charge, Stein. No lesser rank may do it. It will be something to write to your dad about. Oh. I just came along to collect you. We're going out the back way. Cut up rough, and you'll go out feet first. Got it?
I did just what you told me, sir.
You'll go a long way, Parsons. Paid his bill and checked his room carefully.
Just the way they showed us at the training school.
No one's perfect. Benson should have done his police inspector bit by now, so you can go down to the cells and give Stein some gentle interrogation for the next couple of hours.
What is the prime objective, sir?
Just ask him questions. Any questions. Don't try to solve the murders. I want him tired and worried by the time I take over.
Are we certain that he didn't murder the people at King's Cross?
The 2 men were discovered dead by one of our own operatives, while Billy Stein was still in the States.
Yeah. I suppose that clinches it.
Well, let's just say that we'd need a very persuasive prosecutor.
Oh, squalid little place you've chosen, Stuart. Then safe houses are all the same.
Would you like a drink, sir? The duty officer managed to rustle up a bottle of port.
Really? Oh. Yes, well, I suppose. Thank you. Ew. So, how's young Stein?
He's still very shaken. I accused him of murdering the men. I said he'd face trial if he didn't cooperate fully.
And will he cooperate?
He says he will, but he's still in a state of shock. A man in that condition is likely to say anything.
So what do you propose to do?
Let young Stein speak to his father.
Release the son if Dad gives us the Hitler minutes.
Yes, sir.
Crude, isn't it, Stuart?
It is, sir. Very crude. Do you have a better suggestion?
No, at the present time I do not.
Father and son are very close, sir.
Never been on a tiger shoot, have you, Stuart?
No, sir.
No. Well, you put out a line of beaters in the early morning, and they walk forwards, kicking up the very devil of a din. The guns are moving towards them, well strung out, on elephants, of course.
Of course.
Good beaters can get the creatures moving at just the right pace. You don't want your tigers galloping past. Of course, there's usually some bloody fool who fires too soon. He fires towards the beaters, you see. Now, that's not the idea at all. You've got to let your tiger come past and shoot him as he passes, or even after he's passed, but never while he's still coming towards you.
Yes, sir.
Or Timmy Tiger goes back and mauls one of your beaters. You see what I mean, don't you?
You mean Stein?
Indeed I do, Stuart. I mean Mr. Stein, our Timmy Tiger. You know, you'd better tell me what's on your mind, my boy. I can see something's troubling you.
I'd like to be transferred to some other operation, sir.
Transferred? This is the most important operation we have going, and the PM is expecting me tomorrow morning at 8:30 to hear the latest news. I am under pressure, Stuart.
Yes, I understand that, sir. But I think you could find someone more suitable for the job. I'm at a disadvantage with Stein and Breslau both knowing I work for this department.
We didn't choose you to captain a junior school tennis team, Stuart. You knew this might be rough. I told you so myself, if I remember rightly.
You did, sir.
Ah. You believe the department had those men killed?
It wouldn't be the first time such a thing has happened.
No, it wouldn't be the first time.
This afternoon, Stein was in a state of near collapse. He'd been to that house and seen 2 decapitated men. He accused me of arranging the murders. I'm no longer sure we didn't do so, and I don't like that. They weren't dangerous.
Oh, one of them was taking high-grade information out of an important German computer.
Taking information out of a computer isn't a capital crime.
Depends where you are. I wouldn't give very much for the chances of someone who tried that sort of thing on in the Soviet Union.
Did you order those men killed, sir?
Certainly not, Stuart. It's not my style.
But if in the line of duty you had to give orders for the expedient demise of 2 men, you'd not necessarily feel you had to tell me about that, would you?
I would use my judgment.
I'd still like to be assigned to something different, sir.
Request refused, Stuart. Request refused.
In XPD, by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Sidney Ryden, David Garth, Willy Kleiber, Clifford Rose, Dr. Bodker, George Coulouris, Hitler Minutes, Colin Starkey, Section Head, Bernard Brown, Jimmy, Robin Summers, Paul Bock, Christopher Douglas, Kitty, Melinda Walker, Fisher, David Sinclair, Billy Stein, Ian Tyler, Parsons, Graham Blockey. XPD is dramatised by Michael Bakewell and directed by Peter King.
And the dodgy corruption inside XPD continues tomorrow at the same time. Radio 4 Extra is celebrating the centenary of the award-winning screenwriter Nigel Neal, who was born in April 1922. Toby Hadoke will be playing a selection of Neal's work across the weekend, including Toby's adaptation of Neal's legendary lost TV play, The Road. The radio version stars Mark Gatiss and Adrian Scarborough as a philosopher and a scientist butting heads whilst investigating a ghostly outbreak.
Where's Tetsi?
Here, sir.
Now, show us the exact spot that you heard the noises.
Yonder, by the fallen tree.
Now, that'll serve, lads. Unload it, if you would.
How can I help, sir?
If you could place these thermometers evenly around this perimeter.
Of course.
Thermometers? It's said that supernatural events are marked by a great chilling of the air. I'm ready to test that.
Toby Hadoke presents a celebration of the centenary of the screenwriter Nigel Neal in the Seventh Dimension this Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. and midnight on Radio 4 Extra and BBC Sounds.
Hi, I'm Louis Theroux, and if, like me, you enjoyed listening to John Ronson's Things Fell Apart podcast, you might also like this conversation where I ask him all about how he made it. How do you guide your way, and how do you prevent yourself from endorsing, or how do you critique where appropriate?
You know, I think the honest answer to that is I go into every situation hoping for the best.
How Things Fell Apart with John Ronson.
The Führer said that the British government would advance £1,200 million sterling for German arms purchases from the USA. This would be backed by existing British gold reserves in America. He wished to make it clear that this was in no sense a reparation, but was to provide for the forthcoming campaign against the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Mr. Churchill said,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatised in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 6, A Safe House for Moscow.
The Prime Minister will see you now, Sir Sidney.
Thank you.
Good morning, Sir Sidney.
Good morning, Prime Minister.
I'll come straight to the point. Sit down.
Sir?
There has been a leak.
A leak, Prime Minister?
From your department, Sir Sidney.
I don't quite understand, sir.
I refer to the murder of the Hamburg bank employee Paul Bock and his companion.
Oh, but...
There is no way in which the members of what your report describes as Operation Siegfried could have learnt of Bock's computer piracy other than through your department.
No,
Someone must have passed on information about Bock's activities to Operation Siegfried. I expect you to make an immediate investigation.
Miss Bedford.
Yes, Sir Sidney.
Get on to Herr Hyman of the Bundesnachrichtendienst. See if he can have lunch with me tomorrow, will you?
I'll do it right away, sir.
And send him Mr. Stuart.
Good morning, Sir Sidney.
Sit down, Stuart, sit down. Right. Anything new from young Stein?
I've been following your advice, Sir Sidney, about the tiger shoot.
What? Tiger shoot?
Don't let the tiger gallop past.
Oh, yes, of course. And?
I don't think the boy knows very much, sir. His father obviously doesn't confide in him a great deal.
What, nothing at all?
Only by inference, sir. I think we can rule out the house in Geneva where Colonel Pittman lives. Stein says his father told him he'd moved the documents out of there some time ago, and I think that's probably true.
Well, it's vital we lay our hands on those documents. The Prime Minister was saying only so this morning, Stuart. The reputation of Sir Winston Churchill must in no way be compromised. You do see what I mean?
I'm an admirer of Sir Winston myself, sir.
Yes, he was a great man. That's the essence of the matter. We must do a good job on this one because it's something we all believe in. Luckily, I can assure you the Hitler minutes are forgeries.
Forgeries? But then why on earth...
That doesn't mean we mustn't do everything within our power to get our hands on them. Anything else to report?
Yes, sir. We have a positive identification on the photograph.
What photograph?
The wartime photograph that I found in Franz Wefer's safe after the farm had been destroyed. One of the men in the photo was Wefer himself, the second man was Max Breslau, and now we've identified the third person.
Oh, and who's he?
Wilhelm Hans Kleiber. He made quite a name for himself during the war. He was an Abwehr officer, and then the SS took him into the RSHA when they took over all the intelligence services. He was taken to the Galen organization when it got going again after the war.
A dedicated fellow.
A cynic. Perhaps a mercenary.
Consistently anti-communist, then, and still alive.
Very much alive. He is the senior officer in a leading German security company.
Is he indeed?
Which is reputed to have links with the Bundesnachrichtendienst.
I see. What else?
That's all we have officially, sir.
And unofficially, Stuart? Well, am I to be taken into your confidence?
He might be a Moscow Center operative.
And who has provided us with this alarming scenario?
The collator, sir.
I see. Not such an anti-communist as I thought then, eh, Stuart?
If there is some sort of war crimes guilt hanging over Kleiber's head, the Russians might have used it to blackmail him into working for them.
Oh, yes, you read my mind, Stuart. We've seen that one before, haven't we?
Shouldn't we tell Washington about Kleiber, sir? They could help us a lot on the German end.
And how would you go about it?
A request for information exchange. Give them details of the King's Cross murders, the explosion at Wefer's farmhouse, and the photo of Kleiber. Ask them if they can link any of it with Max Breslau and so on.
Very well, Stuart. Assemble a telex and let me have a look at it after lunch. I don't like the thought of Moscow Center being involved. Think of what the Kremlin could do with the Hitler minutes.
Exactly, sir.
But we've got to be very sparing on what we tell Washington. I don't want the CIA let loose all over the shop.
If any of you people want cokes or soft drinks, get them now, huh? We don't want a lot of getting up and walking about the way it was last week, okay?
Yeah.
Now, you've got the agenda on the table in front of you. The Brits finally came through with something that could take us right inside the Soviet embassy. Okay, Sam? Now, why don't you give us the linkage the way it is so far?
Right. Let's start with Yuri Grechko. You got to remember that in the early part of the year, we did not have any evidence that Grechko was anything but an assistant military attaché assigned to the Washington embassy.
We figured him for KGB the second he got off the train.
Our big break came in April, when Grechko launched a man we'd never seen before, Edward Parker. We triple-digited him into the police computer. Then in June, Grechko got a walk-on part at the Soviet embassy in Mexico City. Starring that day was none other than General Schmuck, the fabulous, and we were beginning to think mythical General Stanislav Schmuck, the first directorate's operational division deputy. And if that isn't already a protein-enriched diet, who comes to the embassy but our mysterious pal, Edward Parker of Chicago?
Don't forget the Los Angeles killing.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we've had a guy butchered in Los Angeles. And the LA cops are asking Chicago about Parker's car and what it was doing parked near the victim's office at the time of the murder.
Hold it, Sam. You mean this guy who was killed was one of our people?
Yeah, there's no agency connection whatsoever. His name was Lustig. Bernard Lustig. No connection with CIA or FBI or any other government agency.
So why was he killed?
We don't have a line on that at the moment. But let's keep to what happened, Sam.
Can we have the projector, please?
Let's see the pics.
The Brits have had a double slaying in London with all the same modus operandi as the Lustig killing. Now, they've asked us to scan the computer for this man, Wilhelm Kleiber. Well, gentlemen, Kleiber has been on the computer for over 3 years, and he was one of ours. He strolled into the Office of Strategic Studies after the war and offered to show us where the Nazis had hidden foreign currency and such like, in exchange for a job with us. He did okay, and the poor old U.S. taxpayer picked up the tab for his various cover operations, including a wholesale wine business and a security company.
That's what I call style.
But it still wasn't good enough for Kleiber. He got into financial difficulties 2 or 3 times, but he always seemed to survive.
Moscow got to him. Is that what you're implying?
That's what I'm trying to avoid saying.
Sam here is a very cautious individual. You know that. Huh? Sure, Kleiber was turned for money. It's as clear as daylight. He's a Moscow Center operative. And there's a good indication that Kleiber was the hitman who helped Parker knock off Lustig in Los Angeles. It's likely that the British are right in thinking that Kleiber did the double killing in London last week.
All we have so far is enough to link Grechko through the mysterious Mr. Parker with Kleiber and those killings. We've ping-starred Kleiber with Customs and Immigration. If he continues traveling on the same passport, we could nail him. He seems to travel everywhere alone.
We think Parker might be the resident illegal.
You believe it?
But we want something better out of this than swapping Parker for some American kid who got caught buying black market bubblegum in Red Square. I want Grechko caught with his pants down.
Right.
I want solid evidence to show that these decapitation killings were planned here in the goddamn Russian embassy. I want to see it spread good and big across the headlines. The Brits have given us Kleiber, but the important targets are Grechko and Parker. Now, don't forget it.
What do the Brits want out of it?
They're interested in a guy on the coast called Stein and a German-born U.S. citizen named Max Breslow. We've had to give them a hands-off undertaking for both. They've given us a hands-off undertaking on Kleiber.
Sounds like a fair deal.
Sure. Yeah. Let's see if anyone sticks to it.
I'd like to see that.
So you got my message, Max. It's good to see you.
What a place for a meeting.
Not quite your style, eh, Max? Oh, I love it. It reminds me of the war.
What do you want? A large big?
Get some coffee.
That's all right. I don't need any.
How is the film?
They're working on the sets now. Oh, you should see the Reichschancellery.
Yes, I watched the Red Army destroyed in 1945. A lot of things have happened. I thought it was best to come myself.
Well?
Some youngster in London gained access to the new Frühling computer that Botka's Bank have installed in Hanover.
What did he discover?
He found his way into Operation Siegfried.
Good God, Willy. What did you do?
What do you think? There was no alternative, Max. He had all the names and addresses.
You said the killing of the Britisher from Washington would be the end of it. You tried to kill Stuart and wiped out the wrong man. It was a bad business, Willy. And killing Stuart would have solved nothing.
Oh, it's easy to be clever afterwards. Don't tell me you're losing your nerve, Max. I depend on you.
And then our old comrade, Franz Wefer. Why did he have to be killed?
Our old comrade only wanted to discover what we were doing. Had he found out, he would have reported everything to British intelligence. He was their man. People are going to get hurt, Max. Stein will have to be disposed of. You realize that, don't you?
God.
He knows too much to remain alive. It is regrettable. I don't enjoy it. But it is a fact.
Where is Stein now?
Are my people in Los Angeles not keeping you informed?
The last I heard, he sent his son Billy to London.
And it was thanks to you that we knew who he was going to see. It was clever of you to take that message off Stein's answering machine.
There was nothing clever about it. I have the same model of answering machine. Stein got it for me wholesale. I was able to get a whistle with the same musical tone as Stein's machine.
It was of immense help to us. And you know who it was sent the message?
No.
The boy who cracked the computer and found his way into Operation Siegfried. And you know how I found that out? From the head of the British Secret Service himself, Sir Sidney Ryden. He had lunch with an old friend of mine from the BND and asked him for help.
But what happened to Billy Stein?
I don't know exactly. The English Secret Service sent their men along to see him, and now we've lost touch with him.
Well, he hasn't returned to Los Angeles.
How can you be certain?
Because he would be with my daughter, Mary.
Your daughter and the Stein boy?
Well, better him than the Mexican gas station attendant who chased her last year. Do you think the British intelligence is holding Billy?
I think we can safely assume that they have Billy Stein in custody and that they have interrogated him very successfully. What is our greatest problem, Max? Surely it is finding the exact whereabouts of the Hitler minutes. Well, now we know where they are. The British have discovered that the Hitler minutes and all the rest of the documents are in the house of Colonel Pittman in Switzerland. We even know what sort of strong room protects them.
Yes. They can only have got this information from young Stein. But how did you find out?
We had an amazing stroke of luck, Max. I told you of the friendship between the BND and Sir Sidney Ryden.
Yeah.
They lunched together and talk of cacti. Well, yesterday they met again. And Ryden asked my friend to help him translate a catalogue from Schiff, the Swiss locksmith. He was particularly concerned about a make he said belonged to someone in Geneva. We know the model and the year.
And you're thinking of breaking into the safe?
No, of course not. No burglar would have the time or the sort of equipment to open the door of a strong room such as this. Safe crackers are extinct, Max. No, they've been replaced by men who carry shotguns and automatic weapons and take a bank by assault. How do you think I could have got my security company off the ground and up to its present turnover without the alarm caused by these dedicated gunmen? The impregnable safe gave the armed raiders their chance, and it gave me my chance too, Max.
You're not thinking of attacking the house. I beg you to reconsider, Willy. A burglar is one thing. An armed raid is going too far.
All we have to do is to get into the house and talk to Pittman. We have to convince him that it's in his interest to open the safe.
Yes. And you're very good at that, Willy.
Don't look so alarmed, Max. It will be wonderful, just like old times.
You're mad, Willy. You'll get yourself killed.
I'm not afraid to die. We lost some good comrades in the war. It would not be so terrible to join them again. You'll have to come to Switzerland as well, Max.
No. There's too much to do here. I need to be at the studios.
This is much more important than your film.
You don't need me for the operation.
I want you with me, Max. They haven't stopped hunting down the Nazis. They got Barbie. Sooner or later, someone will turn Mengele in. Oh, I grant you're not in that class, Max, but you did enough while you were in the SS to be of interest to the authorities. They don't give up, Max. You should have changed your name.
Surely someone else could go to Geneva.
I want you, Max. Be ready to leave early next week. That's an order from the Trust.
Very well, Willy. I'll be ready to go.
The Trust has money, Max, and lawyers. The denaturalization and deportation proceedings take place in a civil court. Good lawyers and good advice and a good word in the right place can work wonders in
I
this country.
said I'll go, Willie. You don't have to say any more.
Jeez, it's hot up here. It's burning through my shoes. Where now?
Across the roof and onto the block next door. Jumps only a few feet and then make for the stairway opening. Keep behind the row of washing. Okay?
Okay.
Move.
These old buildings sure do smell bad in the heat. Which is the apartment?
Number 8. We looked it over yesterday. The lock should take you all of 30 seconds.
What a lousy little lock. You sure this is the right place?
Sure thing. Expensive locks in a district like this could draw just the kind of attention these people are trying to avoid. This is a safe house from Moscow Center. Nothing secret, nothing valuable here, just a place to hide.
Yeah. Beds look like they ain't been slept in months. Where do we fix the transmitters?
Inside the electricity sockets. You take the icebox, I'll take the bed.
The air in here stinks. Looks like the windows ain't been open all year.
Hey, watch that screwdriver. We don't want screw marks in the plastic covers.
Why are we using such old-fashioned equipment?
Be not curious in unnecessary matters, it says in the good book. For more things are shown unto thee than men understand.
Don't kid around. Hey, how come you always talk like the Bible?
It's in the blood. My dad used to be a lay preacher.
Well, why ain't we fitting voice-activated bugs or something more sophisticated?
Because the guys who use this place are pros. Like I tell you, don't mark the plastic. These are the kind of people who will check the place.
You didn't answer the question.
Because if we put voice-activated sets into the room, anyone could locate them by using a vest pocket detector. Blast off any powerful sound and the voice activator will sing for you.
So someone's got to sit outside and monitor this baby.
Not someone. Us. They fixed up an old panel truck for us around the block. Could be in for a long evening.
What makes you so sure they'll come?
They'll come all right. Now, do the other room. And don't get jumpy. We got all the time in the world. You got it tuned in?
Yeah. Here they are.
Oh, open the window. The air is terrible.
It hasn't been used in ages. It's stuck.
Or leave it then.
You got it.
You're certain that we run no risk involving Breslow?
All he thinks about is his stupid little film.
You don't sound very certain.
Of course I'm certain.
There's no chance that Breslow guesses you're working for the Soviet Union.
Parker sure is jumpy.
He's got a lot to lose. He's a resident illegal, remember?
My old comrade Max would challenge you to a duel if you suggested such a thing.
And what of Botka? And the other madman? You're sure they've no suspicions?
Who the hell's Botka?
I have no idea. Just keep on monitoring.
Botka, Rao, and the others are senile. They think that I'm an old-fashioned liberal like them. They don't suspect me of anything now. Quit worrying, will you?
Willie, General Schmuck has made the documents top priority, and he doesn't get his priorities wrong. Nothing must stand in the way of our getting the documents.
You tell your General Schmuck to get stuffed. I'll get the Stein documents, and I'll get them my way. And it won't be because some senile old fart in Moscow tells me it's top priority.
You'll end up a general someday, Willie.
Same old dodge. Give them medals, they can't resist it.
With a uniform and all the trimmings.
No, thanks. You'll never get me to Moscow, Eddie. You can forget that idea right now.
They all say that at first, Willie, but you'll see.
He's laying it on pretty thick.
In 2 days, I shall leave for Geneva. The documents are in Pittman's house on the lakefront.
Yes. It's a small package. Bring it straight back here. There should be no trouble.
Fly back with the documents from Geneva?
Yes.
Geneva has more Moscow Center people living there than you'll find in Moscow itself. It's the espionage capital of the world. You know that, Eddie. Why bring the documents back here when I can hand them over in Geneva for the diplomatic bag and have them in Moscow the same night?
I'd prefer you to bring the documents back here. How do you know who we might be dealing with in Geneva, Willie? You might be handing the results of all this effort to some dumb clerk who'll file it or lose it or some damn thing. These things happen, you know.
The bastard. He wants the documents back here so we can claim all the credit.
Bring them back here, Willie. It's an order. And now, I gotta go. I have to catch a plane back to Chicago.
Good luck, Willie.
Yeah, good luck, Willie. The boys will snatch Kleiber the second he re-enters the U.S. He'll get 100 years in the pen.
Can you figure out what it's all about?
All we're concerned about is pinning those killings on Parker and Gretschko. If General Schmuck and the British intelligence service both want to get hold of them so badly, they got to be pretty hot.
It was a pure guess, but it seemed to me as if Churchill had written off Weygand as a total loss in the grim balance sheet.
What on earth are you up to?
I thought this room was supposed to be secure.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it isn't. What are all these books? You're doing an open university course in your spare time.
I'm trying to make some sense of whatever it is I'm supposed to be working on.
The Hitler minutes.
The old man keeps on insisting that they're forgeries. I'm trying to find out whether there is any possibility that a meeting could have taken place between Hitler and Churchill in 1940.
It's not exactly the kind of thing you're going to find in the official records.
So I've been checking the movements of Churchill and Hitler for every day of the year.
No wonder you look all in.
And there is one date where Churchill seems to have been behaving very oddly, to say the least of it. You see, on every other occasion that year when Churchill visited Paris, he was accompanied by an official escort all the time, fighter patrols, the lot, and he slept in the British Embassy. But the visit of June the 11th and 12th seems to have been very curious.
Probably needed a change. People do, you know. Anyway, you'll be working late.
Yeah.
There's a very good new restaurant in Sloane Street. Don't get too exhausted.
The French government left Paris on the 10th, the day on which Mussolini declared war. The French met Churchill at Briere, and Churchill says the rendezvous wasn't fixed until the day of his departure. But he didn't stay with the other members of the English contingent. Dill, Ismay, Anthony Eden were all accommodated in a military train. But Churchill flew on again as soon as his plane had landed, so where did he go? Now, Spears says... On the morning of the 12th, I did not look up for a while, and when I did, I was astonished to see the Prime Minister's detective, Thompson. So he wasn't with him either. I said, "Why, Thompson, what are you doing here? Weren't you with the Prime Minister?" And he replied, "I had to sleep here, and the French failed to realize I needed a car." So he didn't even have a bodyguard. And there was no fighter escort for the return flight. Spears says... The news that Churchill's party had to leave without fighter escort owing to the weather made me feel no happier. And Churchill says... The morning was cloudy, thus making it impossible for the 12 Hurricanes to accompany us. The weather didn't stop the RAF making low-level bombing attacks along the Albert Canal. So were the fighters deliberately kept away in case they saw something they shouldn't? Like Churchill's plane taking off from a German airfield? And where was Hitler? According to this, he was at a place called Brûlé-de-Pêche on the Belgian frontier. It seems to have consisted of a hotel, a few recently built wooden huts, and a rough kind of airstrip. Just the place for a quiet meeting. And an instruction to the Luftwaffe High Command about a special escort for an unnamed plane. No fighter pilot must leave the escort formation to attack enemy targets. The Geschwader Commodore, whoever he may have been, is to lead the mission in person. To make sure that Churchill's aircraft got there unmolested. If it was Churchill's aircraft. If it ever happened. But it could have happened, that's the point. And 5 days later... By then, Churchill had obviously changed his mind.
And with the British fight on, unconquerable, until the curse of Hitler is lifted from the brow of men. Joshua has said.
In XPD by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Sidney Ryden, David Garth, Max Breslow, Bernard Hepton, Willy Kleiber, Clifford Rose, Prime Minister, Bernard Brown, Project Chairman, Bruce Bower, Sam Seymour, William Roberts, Calcoven, Stuart Milligan, Wynne, Lou Hirsch, Parker, Colin Starkey, Kitty, Melinda Walker, Secretary, Garrard Green. XPD is dramatised by Michael Bakewell and directed by Peter King.
And Len Deighton's XPD continues after the weekend here on 4Extra with Danger in Switzerland as the investigations into those potentially explosive wartime secrets continue. Radio 4 Extra celebrates the centenary of the award-winning screenwriter Nigel Kneale, who was born in April 1922. Toby Haydock will be playing a selection of Kneale's work across the weekend, including Toby's adaptation of Kneale's legendary lost TV play, The Road. The radio version stars Mark Gatiss and Adrian Scarborough as a philosopher and a scientist butting heads whilst investigating a ghostly outbreak.
I have an open mind. Close it, sir. Close it to nonsense. Keep your voice down. In case your wife hears. She wants to. And if you want the truth, I can tell you how to find it. Pray do. You need not seek it with quaint instruments. You have only to open your eyes, if you can, and see what is before you. That is too easy. It is not easy. It is so hard that only a handful have yet achieved it.
Toby Haydock presents a celebration of the centenary of the screenwriter Nigel Kneale in the Seventh Dimension this Saturday and Sunday at 6 p.m. and midnight on Radio 4 Extra and BBC Sounds.
On BBC Radio 4.
I am the writer, not her. I write the books. She makes the films.
Dawn French and Jennifer Saunders in a comedy about sibling rivalry.
You see, your mother and I were so close once. We were like sisters.
You are sisters?
Yes.
Whatever Happens to Baby Jane Austen by David Quantick.
I just want some dry toast and that thing that looks like a melon. What's it called?
A melon?
Yes.
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane Austen.
No.
On Radio 4 and BBC Sounds. Listen now.
This is BBC Radio 4
Extra.
Hello, this is Joanna Pinnock. It's 7 o'clock on Good Friday morning, and we're about to start 3 hours of comedy and catch up with Hetty, Maggie, Jen and Emily, all those women living under just one roof. And JP Doom talks to a punk dentist about the potential annihilation of mankind and how to get through it with a chuckle or two. David Jason stars in more post-apocalyptic comedy from David Renwick, Desolation Jest.
The Führer said that within 24 hours Paris would be declared an open city. The surrender of France was only days away. France would not fight on without Paris. A body dies when the head has been cut off. Mr. Churchill replied,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatised in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 7, The Geneva Raid.
Well, nothing fresh, Stuart? Nothing to report this fine morning?
Geneva just made contact.
Uh-huh. Good man, is he?
Yes, sir. Excellent.
Ah, Hugo Koch, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Fine people, the Swiss. God-fearing, industrious, and logical. Yes, I like them. And they've helped the department a lot from time to time. Yet what do you ever hear about the Swiss intelligence service? Nothing, and that's what I like about them. Well, what's Koch to say for himself?
Kleiber seems to have taken your bait, sir. It's obvious he's convinced the papers are in Pittman's house.
I just hope to God we're right, Stuart, and they're not there.
Breslau arrived in Geneva an hour ago. Koch reports a lot of activity at the lakeside house that Kleiber has rented. It's right opposite the Pittman house. And a neighbour says that security company guards arrived with boxes of guns.
Boxes of guns? Oh, you mean boxes with the words guns tinselled on the outside?
They were security company vans. Kleiber owns a security company. Armoured vans, by the sound of it. Wire mesh on the windows and so on. It's not the sort of thing that delivers groceries, sir. It was driven to the back of the house to unload. Heavy crates.
Yes, all right, Stuart. You've made your point. No need to labour it. Guns, eh? So, Kleiber's planning an armed raid on Pittman's house.
That's what it sounds like, sir. Kleiber's hired a 50-foot motor yacht, the Citroën, and spends a lot of time cruising along the side of the shore.
Well, you realise that if we're wrong, we'll have sent Kleiber and his thugs to the very place we don't want them to go. They'll get those damned documents, and we'll have given them every assistance.
Just play the tape back to me, will you, Max? I want to check something. The first boatload of men must stay at the lake shore until all the boats are secured. The Pittman house is 150 meters from the landing stage. Any boats found at the landing stage must be totally disabled by the landing party from boat 1. No one will move from their position until all boats are secured and contact has been made with the party arriving by road. The 2 advance men of the road party will use red flashlights to identify themselves. The 2 advance men of boat 1 will use only green flashlights. It will be easy, Max.
I don't like it. We still don't know what the documents are like. If they're all contained in metal filing cases, it'll take all night to get them out of the house and loaded onto the trucks.
Of course it will. At least it would, if that was what I intended to do.
I don't see what you mean.
We'll take possession of the Pittman house. We'll hold it for 2 or 3 days. A week, if it takes a week. We'll stay there as long as we have to.
My God, Willie, you don't know what you're saying.
I'm a gambler, Max, and always have been.
You really propose to hold out there, keeping the Americans captive?
You've seen what the Pittman house is like. There will be no difficulty in embarking our people from the lakeside. It'll be quiet and discreet. They have only to come from Coppe on the far side of the lake. 1 carload of our best people will arrive at the Pittman house by road. No one in the village will hear shooting. There will be no lights. In the boats, we are all wearing party clothes. If the Americans get rough and the neighbors get inquisitive, we'll be there in fancy dress to explain the commotion and apologize for the disturbance.
How many men?
15 men should be sufficient. They are all well-trained people from my own security company. I use them only on the most dangerous assignments. Kidnap threats, murder threats, and so on. They know what to do.
Can they keep their mouths shut?
These are all men who depend upon me to keep my mouth shut. These are good men, Max. They are all men like us. Now, stop your worrying. I want to show you my arsenal. This is our operations center. The armory is located through here. In the wine cellar. Here we have everything we are ever likely to need. Guns, machine guns, handcuffs, other types of restraints, cutting tools, and a thermic lance that will cut through solid steel. We have extra inflatable boats, and in the old kitchens, enough food to feed a company of soldiers for a month. And look here. Do you see? Mace. Still the best disabling weapon I know. And it contains no toxic apart from tear gas.
You're crazy, Willie. How did you get all this stuff?
Where have you been living for the last few years? Venus? Mars? Saturn? I'm the virtual owner of the best damned security company in West Germany, even if we're not yet the biggest. All of this material is legitimately owned and operated by our Swiss associate, of which I am the vice president. The company is licensed to have the weapons you are looking at, Max. Our only undertaking to the government is to have them under proper safekeeping, so that they are not stolen by terrorists.
All this stuff, and legal, too.
Oh, the police turn a blind eye to me. My company undertakes some dangerous work, Max. I have contracts to provide protection for many members of the government, as well as wealthy businessmen. I've helped to plan the security of some international conferences. We are hoping to get the job of protecting the next OPEC meeting in Europe. Let's go back up. We've got to hit them suddenly and hard. That's one thing I learned in the war. We've got to get into the Pitman house and let them see a lot of men with a lot of firepower. That's the way to save lives and save ourselves a lot of trouble.
I suppose so.
I wish you'd shake off this negative attitude, Max. I wish you'd tell me that you are committed.
All these years, I've done everything I can to keep out of trouble, to avoid the limelight. If anything goes wrong with this operation... Did you know that the Americans deport men back to the place where their war crimes were committed?
You're not still worrying about that old woman in Boston who thought she recognized you? Are you worried about publicity if something goes wrong?
I was at Lubomie, Willie. I wasn't there when the massacre took place, but I did go there. I wonder if that's where she saw me. I've lain awake night after night thinking about it.
Poland?
The town is now inside the USSR border. I'd be deported to Russia. You know what they do with anyone who was in the SS?
This is a map of the layout of the Pitman house. Will you go into the gate with the road party, Max?
Yes.
That's excellent. I want someone there who can talk himself out of trouble and extricate the truck and the road party if something goes badly wrong.
Where will you be?
I shall be with the boats. For us, it'll be easier to disappear.
Are you arming the road party?
I can't decide. There's every reason to hope we'll go right into the house and need nothing more lethal than a finger in a coat pocket. But we have to remember that they are ex-soldiers just as we are. They might have kept up their military style. They might have sentries posted. They might be armed to the teeth, Max.
I doubt it. I can't think of anyone less military than Charles Stein.
Let's hope you're right.
When we get the documents, what then? Do we take them to Dr. Bodker?
I'll handle it. It's all arranged.
Suppose you're hurt, Willie, or even killed.
If anything happens to me, you must telephone Chicago, a man named Edward Parker. I'll write down his number for you.
Does this Parker know about Charles Stein?
He knows about everything.
Uh-huh.
Here.
I feel sorry for Stein.
Sorry for him? What sort of man is he? We finished his bank. Why didn't he sell you the papers for whatever he could get for them? Do you think he understood the offer?
He understood, all right. I told him I'd arranged to sell the documents to a big corporation, which would give him cash up front and a percentage too.
So why does he turn down the chance to salvage his business affairs? Doesn't he realize that his life is in danger?
It's the other way round. He knows that nothing will happen to him until we get our hands on the Hitler minutes. Now, after that... He's no fool, Willie. He's frightened, but he's not so frightened that he will hand over those damn papers.
Well, now we do know where those papers are. Stein's missed his chance.
Coffee and cakes as usual, Monsieur Stein?
Yes, please, Madame Waring, as usual. No, for two. The Colonel will be arriving in a few minutes.
The Colonel always used to say that coffee didn't agree with him.
Maybe today he won't care. There's something else. I need the key for the safe.
I'll get it for you, Monsieur Stein. Well, you'll find everything in good order. There's not much petty cash, I'm afraid.
All right, don't want to touch anything of yours, Madame Waring. I want a package I left there.
That's all as you left it, Monsieur Stein. Here's the key, you help yourself. I'll go and get the coffee.
2 5 0 3 4 8 9 0 1. So there, check, and the folder.
The Colonel has arrived, Monsieur Stein.
Thank you, Madame Waring. So, this is where you keep the Hitler minutes. It's ingenious. A safe within a safe.
And who would be looking for anything in the safe of a small tea room? The minutes are right here. You want to see them?
Thank you, Charles. They've still got the old inventory tag, typed by some poor inventory clerk in G5. Merker's H6750, typewritten documents, German language, approx 30 pages. You wouldn't guess it's the biggest thing since the atom bomb.
The coffee is ready.
Come in, Madame Waring.
Here you are. And your favorite cake, Monsieur Stein.
Thank you.
All right. What are we going to do, Charles?
We're going to get out of this town and out of this country.
No, I don't want to leave this place. It's my home, Charles. Everything I need is here. Where am I going to find another doctor I can trust? Where am I going to find servants I can rely on? I love my home, Charlie. Must I go?
I think you should go, Colonel.
What about your son, Billy?
Holding Billy don't cut any ice with me. I told that schmuck the British sent out to see me in L.A. I told him that if they didn't release Billy, I'd give Xeroxes of all this junk to Stern Magazine and the Washington Post, making it a condition that they campaign for Billy's release. Now, come on.
Yeah, you're right. I'll drive you to the airport, and then I'll take my car across the border into France. There's a hotel on Lake Annecy where I go sometimes. I could stay there for a few days until it's blown over.
It's not going to blow over, Colonel. We're fighting City Hall, don't you see that? The Brits and the Krauts both want the Hitler minutes. If we don't let them have them, they'll blow us away. But if we do let them have them, they'll still blow us away.
Oh, I'm too old to run, Charlie. Too old and too exhausted. When you get to my age, nothing matters anymore.
Colonel, we've got to get going.
But, Max, there's a room fitted up for you here. What do you want to book into a hotel for? I put a couple of bottles on ice.
I'm sorry, Willie, but I've already checked in. I had to leave a number where the studio could reach me, and my wife, she always worries when I'm away.
Perhaps we should give her some cause, Max. There's a new striptease club in town. Oh, please stay, Max.
I'll come back this evening, Willie. I'll have a bath and some dinner and then come round for a drink.
That's good. I'll drink you under the table, Max. Be warned.
I mustn't be too late to bed.
Nonsense. A Saturday evening in August with the whole town waiting for us. How can you talk of going to bed early? I tell you what. We could go across the board to Evian and try luck at the casino. Or if it's girls you're in the mood for...
I don't know how you do it, Willie. I really don't.
Meet me here at 9. It will give me time to win a new client. If the job he wants to talk about is what I think it is, Max, the evening is on me.
A wealthy customer?
When a man calls long distance every 30 minutes and says he needs to speak to me concerning a matter of great importance, it usually turns out that his wife is jumping into bed with his chauffeur.
Really, Willie?
Or that his mistress is jumping into bed with his chauffeur. The more they make it sound like a matter of international diplomacy, the more certain I become that it's a little domestic drama.
I didn't know your company took on such domestic dramas nowadays.
All my staff are very highly paid, Max. They don't mind if they're guarding the president or recording the whispers of an insatiable wife. And why should they mind? I tell these clients that using my organization will cost them 10 times what a small company specializing in divorce would charge. They don't care, Max. They want to pay more. The elemental fury of vengeance motivates these people. They want to hurt, they want to humble, they want to assault the one who has caused them pain. Lacking the physique or the skills or the temperament to do it directly, they use the only weapon they have, money. They pay, Max, because they want to pay.
You horrify me, Willie.
I'll give this fellow 30 minutes. He's a wealthy man. He's come all the way from Dortmund to see me. We had an appointment for tomorrow morning, but I'm sure he'd see me now.
If it develops into something important, phone me at the hotel and let me know.
30 minutes is all he gets. I'll be back here by 9 tonight, and that's a promise.
Cut the speed a little, Colonel. This is no time to get a ticket for speeding. Hey. You all right? You all right, Colonel?
Yeah, it's just indigestion. I shouldn't have touched that cream cake and coffee. Never agrees with me. Right now, all I want is an Alka-Seltzer and a snooze by the fire.
Sorry, Colonel. There'll be time for that later.
I always followed your advice, Corporal. Since that first day we met when I was just a raw lieutenant. And you told me not to go into Patton's tent without wearing leggings and without my pistol strapped on.
And I was right, Colonel. That sounds like it's all over for the bank, huh? Sounds like they want us to be skinned alive.
Yeah, I tried to get interbank loans, but none of the big banks are willing to cover us. Maybe they're scared of the Kreditanstalt. Maybe they're sore because we didn't syndicate the deal with them.
And maybe they've been warned off by that bastard who set us up.
Anyway, going away won't help me.
But listen, we've got enough money in those shares for both of us, Colonel.
No.
We'll split it down the middle, you and me.
No, it's your savings, Charlie. I cut.
What do I want with savings? How long have I got ahead of me, huh? 10 years. Or, if I lose 50 pounds and stick with nuts and natural yogurt, 20, huh? So how much do I need? I've got over $2 million here, Colonel.
No, I'm not sorry, Corporal. You know, if I could go back to that night around the stove when we first talked about it, I'd do the same thing all over again.
You mean 1945? I told you about the Nazi gold and how we could lose a few trucks of it.
Yeah, if only it had been just the gold. If only we hadn't landed ourselves with the Hitler minutes. Like some ancient curse.
We're stuck with them now, Colonel. The surest way we're going to stay alive is to hang on to them.
Is that Herr Krebs' secretary?
That is correct.
Oh, this is Willi Kleiber. I find I have half an hour gap in my schedule. I thought that if Herr Krebs wanted to see me so urgently, perhaps we could meet early evening.
Herr Krebs has a dinner engagement.
So do I. I must leave by 8 o'clock.
Herr Krebs is having dinner in Venice. Venice, Italy, Herr Kleiber. He will be using his private jet.
But couldn't he...
hold the line a minute, please.
Come in.
You left no instructions about the yacht, Herr Kleiber. Will you be taking it out again?
No, not this afternoon. The crew can stand down.
Thank you, sir.
Herr Kleiber?
Yes, I'm still here.
Herr Krebs will see you this evening. Be at Geneva Airport at 6 o'clock sharp. You can speak to Herr Krebs on the aircraft, which will bring you back to Geneva again at 7:30.
Excellent.
Wait by the bar on the departures level, and one of the staff will take you through the formalities. Be sure you bring your passport. You'll have to clear customs and immigration.
I understand.
One more thing, Herr Kleiber. I am responsible for Herr Krebs' personal safety and security. You will make quite sure that you are not carrying anything that could possibly be used as a weapon. You might be asked to submit to a body search. You are a professional, I believe, so I'm sure you will understand the reason for such precautions.
I do.
6 o'clock sharp, at the bar on the departures level, Geneva Airport. The crew member will be wearing a plain blue uniform with a peak cap.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I always try to be fair, Charles, but you know I never was much of a soldier.
Come on, Colonel.
No, you kept us going. You understood the men better than I ever did.
We were all too gung-ho.
No, I was a hothead, trying to get the Congressional Medal of Honor in my first hour of combat.
You nearly made it, Colonel.
Yeah, I nearly made it, Chuck. Trouble was, I wiped out half the company in the attempt.
You all right, Colonel?
Yeah, just this indigestion.
You want me to drive?
No. I'll be all right, Corporal. Shall I keep on the airport road?
Take the outer road. Colonel, I think we are being followed.
Huh? What's that?
The same car's been behind us ever since we left Roland. It's a white Mini. Put your foot down.
Yeah, I'm not any kind of a ace driver, but I'll do what I can.
Yeah, he's following us all right. No doubt about that.
And we'll just have to see what the car can do.
That's it, Colonel. Keep it up.
Yeah, over 100. Is he falling behind?
Keep your foot down. He hasn't got a hope.
Just as well. We kept the car in good order, huh?
Colonel! What the hell?
Take the wheel, Corporal. Take the wheel.
Holy cow!
Would you please take a seat at the very front, Mr. Kleiber? Herr Krebs is already aboard. He'll come forward to you in a few minutes.
Oh, thank you.
Champagne cocktail, sir.
Oh, excellent, thank you.
Would you mind fastening your seatbelt, sir? We're about to take off.
All right. Steward?
Yes, sir?
I think the cocktail needs more bitters. It tastes odd.
Right, more bitters, sir.
Yes, steward, I feel very hot.
He's out for the count, Mel. Where the hell did you get those Mickey fins?
Bartender on 3rd Avenue.
Remind me never to go there. Went pretty smooth, huh?
Thanks to a little cooperation from Herr Krebs.
What'll they do with this guy, Mel?
Looks like there'll be enough evidence to hang that California murder on him.
You gotta be kidding. We didn't snatch this guy just to hand him over to the Justice Department. And if he goes to court on a murder rap, he ain't gonna be too happy about the travel arrangements we made for him. Why don't you level with me?
I don't run the company, I just work for it.
You think they're gonna turn him around?
Give him a job with us, you mean? Sure as hell hope not. I don't want to be working with a murderous bastard like that.
New policies mean new allies. New allies mean new friends. That's the name of the game, Mel.
Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, then thou shalt then drink it with pleasure.
Don't say nothing about slipping anybody a Mickey Finn.
What the hell? Oh, why are they always... Stuart?
This is Koch. Pittman is dead. He was making a run for the airport and I was on his tail. His car was out of control. I think he must have had a heart attack. I managed to get him out before the car burst into flames. I got his passenger out as well. I imagine from your description that it was Charles Stein.
What happened to Stein?
I don't know. I saw him staggering about by the side of the road in a state of shock. By the time I'd got Pittman out of the car, he disappeared. After that, I was too worried about the car going up.
Okay. But you searched Pittman?
Oh, credit cards, some money, passport, nothing unusual. I put it back.
You did a good job.
And I have a packet here.
Packet?
It was under Stein's seat. I thought it might be something you were interested in. A sealed plastic bag containing an old wartime dossier. There's a tag which reads typewritten documents, German language, approximately 300 pages. Do you want me to send it? I haven't opened it.
Leave it sealed and don't let it out of your sight. I'll get the first flight tomorrow and come straight to your home. Meanwhile, don't go out. Not even to get cigarettes, you understand?
I don't smoke.
Is that Edward Parker?
Who's there?
My name doesn't matter. I'm telephoning from Geneva, Switzerland on behalf of a mutual friend named Wilhelm. You understand?
Yeah.
It's all gone wrong here. I was due to meet him this evening, but when I drove past his house, it was surrounded by the police. They're carrying out boxes of weapons. I drove straight here to the airport, and there's something else. Do you know a man called Stein?
Yeah.
Good. Well, he's here, and he's about to board a flight to Los Angeles. His clothes are torn, and his face is badly bruised.
What about documents?
Well, how should I know whether he has any documents with him?
Yes, what is it?
My name is Stuart. Boyd Stuart.
Ah.
Here's my ID.
Come in, Mr. Stuart.
Thanks.
Oh, please, sit down. Would you like some coffee?
Thanks, that'd be great.
It is ready.
You weren't hurt in the accident?
Oh, I spent a year driving a police car. I always keep a stretch of road between me and the cars ahead.
Can I have a look at the documents?
Documents?
The sealed packet you found in Pittman's car.
But didn't they tell you?
Tell me what?
Someone came to collect them early this morning.
In XPD by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Sidney Ryden, David Garth, Charles Stein, Bruce Bower, Max Breslow, Bernard Hepton, Colonel Pittman, Barry Morse, Willy Kleiber, Clifford Rose, Hitler Minutes, Colin Starkey, Madame Maring, Mary Wimbush, Kalkoven, Stuart Milligan, Wynne, Lou Hirsch, Koch, Gerard Green. XPD is dramatised by Michael Bakewell and directed by Peter King.
Tomorrow, find out if Boyd Stuart can get to Switzerland in time to help Stein and Colonel Pittman. That's when XPD continues.
Desert Island Discs Revisited on BBC Radio 4 Extra.
I need to tell our listeners, Sandy Toksvig, that during that piece of music you took off your glasses, rubbed your eyes, almost put your head on the desk and said, "Am I being insufferable?" What are you worried about?
I don't know. It just seems, it seems very narcissistic, first of all, to talk all this time about yourself, and there's so many more interesting things in the world. And anyway, that's...
I've noticed your discomfort so far when I've asked you about being first in class or being clever, or did you find that easy? You don't want to take on your own intellectual capacity in a public sense.
Do you know what? It may be a very female thing, and that is a worry. So I was talking to a friend of mine who's very senior in news, and he said to me, "Do you know, if I'm looking for an economics editor and I ring a woman journalist who's very capable, she'll say to me, 'I don't know if I know enough.' I could ring the most junior man and he'll say, 'That'd be lovely,' and he'll go out and buy a book on economics." And I think it is an issue. I do think that not many women put their hands up and go, "Actually, I am quite bright." And you won't find me doing it either.
It was 1972 then when Queen Margaretha of Denmark acceded the throne.
The active support of Britain in the campaigns that were to follow. Germany and Britain would be what they had always been destined to be, allies fighting side by side. Immediately the agreement had been signed, Germany would be given access to all ports and airfields in Britain and throughout the British Empire. Mr. Churchill replied,
XPD by Len Deighton, dramatised in 8 parts by Michael Bakewell. Episode 8, Expedient Demise.
What do you mean, early this morning?
Oh, he was here before 7. Luckily, I'm an early riser. I was having breakfast. He took the sealed packet I found in Pittman's car. I'm surprised they didn't tell you.
But I was on the earliest flight.
There are other ways. Private planes, military planes.
Who was it?
An old man, very tall. Long hair over his ears. Ryden, he said his name was, although that never means much in this business. Ryden. A hearing aid in his left ear. Doesn't fit properly. Too old for this sort of work, if you ask me, but I suppose an old fellow like that can do a messenger job.
Yeah. So there's nothing else?
Nothing else. I am sorry about that. By the time the old fellow arrived, I knew you would have left. Have a biscuit?
Maria. Yes. What is it?
Turn the jacuzzi on.
No, why don't you do
You think you can make it on your own?
It's the only way we can be sure of getting Stein out of that place alive. If he is still alive. How many of them are there?
There's the big guy sitting out on the patio, and the girl running the jacuzzi.
And inside the house?
As far as we know, only Stein and the man they call Parker. Surveyed illegal.
I'm going to try and make it through the service door. Once I'm inside, you make sure of those two, okay?
Good luck.
"Hold it there or I'll blow you apart. Now, who are you and what you doing here?"
I'll tell you who I am. I'm your bloody landlord, that's who I am.
Landlord?
Yeah, landlord. Hasn't your lawyer shown you the new agreement?
No one said anything about a new agreement.
Look, you can see I'm not a burglar. Put that thing away.
Who are you?
What is it? What's going on?
Stein, it's Stuart. Get away from the door. Hold still, I'll cut you loose.
Bastards grabbed me at the airport. Who are they?
They work for the Russians. Are you going to be able to walk? We've got to get out of here fast.
You didn't shoot any of them?
I got the gun off the Russian. He's out cold.
I guess I can make it.
I want to check the other rooms. You go ahead down the stairs. There's a car at the front, a light green Cadillac. Get inside and wait for me.
Everything's under control.
I've sent Stein to the car, and I've dealt with Parker. Where's the other one?
One of my boys is taking care of him in the kitchen.
Let's go.
Oh, what are you?
Leave her, let's move! Where's Stein?
No sign of him.
He must have gone back into the house. I'll get him. You take the car.
What a mess. And in Beverly Hills, of all places. The cops will be all over us.
Just drive. We lost your father, Billy.
What the hell do you mean you lost him?
He ran straight past my men outside the Beverly Hills house. He was in his underpants. They thought he was jogging.
They thought he was jogging. You told me you were going to rescue him.
We did rescue him, but he scrambled over the fence and came out through the front lawn of the house next door.
I don't believe this. Concussed in a car accident, kidnapped by the Russians, tied up and held prisoner, and he takes off down the road in his underpants.
Where's he likely to go?
Well, he won't come here. He's not so dumb he'll come home where you know where you're waiting for him.
Does he have an apartment anywhere?
Nah, that's not him at all. So you can forget about that.
Well, what about clubs?
Only his regular poker game.
We're going to have to leave one of our people in the house.
That's okay. Hey, Stuart. It was a frame-up in London, wasn't it? You people know I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, it was. But they could still make it stick if you don't cooperate.
I'll cooperate. I just want to get it clear between you and me. Hey, is it okay if I ring Mary Breslow?
Yeah. But nothing about your dad, and nothing about the murder charge in London, okay?
Sure thing.
What a cock-up.
We'll find Stein. I've put every last man I can spare onto it. I'll locate him, I promise you. It wasn't such a fiasco. At least it will make the Russians run for cover and maybe think again before kidnapping anyone else at the airport. Did you hear what happened to the documents?
There was a rumour that they've been destroyed.
But the department will keep the file open.
There isn't any file.
Well, what about Kleiber?
We lost track of him in Geneva.
Hey, Stuart. There was a man called at the Breslow house asking for Breslow. Mary thinks it could have been Dad.
What did she tell him?
She told him the truth, that he's down at the studios.
How many?
40, Mr. Breslow. There were 300 to choose from.
That's ridiculous.
Well, every agent seems to have someone he wants to play Hitler.
Well, it's not even as if it's a big part. But go ahead with the tests, huh?
Oh, there's just one thing, Mr. Breslow. They all want to have a chance to hear the real thing, what Hitler sounded like.
Well, that's easy enough. Sound department has stacks of archive material. Pump it through the dressing rooms. Relay it all over the set. Might bring it to life.
Okay, Mr. Breslow.
And if anyone wants me, I'll be on the Chancellery stage.
Max Breslow, where do I find him?
You in line for Hitler? You're a lot of weight to lose, mister. Hitler's on lot 5.
Hitler? I want Breslow.
Yeah, he's on a set somewhere. Look, I got 40 Hitlers to see to. You'll find him. He's around someplace.
I'll find him. Breslow, you in there? Breslow! Max Breslow! Breslow! Where are you, Breslow? Breslow.
Stein! I thought you were dead.
I've come to kill you, Max. I've been waiting to kill you. That's what's kept me alive.
It's too late now, Stein. The papers are destroyed. Pittman's car burned out.
I know. I lost every penny I had. $2 million worth of bearer bonds. But there's still you, Breslow. You killed Pittman. You set me up. You busted the bank.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stay where you are, Breslow. Don't move. Breslow, don't you try to get away. I'm going to use this gun. I told you not to move. I know where you are, you bastard. Give yourself up, you bastard. I've got all night, Breslow. I'm going to kill you. You're up in the gantry. You can't get away that easy. I'm coming to get you, Breslow.
Stein! You mad? Get away!
You killed the colonel. You killed my buddies.
I killed no one!
You goddamn Nazi! You killed my brother!
Look out, Stein! The bracket's giving way!
Don't try to kid me, you bastard!
Mary.
Dad, are you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My father. What happened?
He fell, Billy. He fell from the gantry up there.
My father couldn't climb up there.
He could. And he did, Billy. He was trying to kill me. He said I'd killed his brother.
You'll have to go with the police, Mr. Breslow.
The police?
I will take care of it. Turn around. Give me your hands.
Handcuffs.
Now, don't worry about me, Mary. I'll be all right.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Dad!
Well, I suppose you're happy now, Mr. Stuart.
What are you talking about?
You chased him and harassed him. You threatened me and locked me up. Now he's gone and you'll get your medal.
Don't, Billy. Don't talk that way.
They killed him. Your father didn't kill him. These British bastards killed him.
Get in the car, Billy. I'll drive you back.
Come on, Billy. Let's go home.
The report from Washington, General.
From Greshko?
Yes, General.
No, stay. I may need you.
Sir.
4 pages of nothing but trivia. We must have something to hide. Why else should he bother to send me all this rubbish? Here it is. Kleiber has requested a meeting. Suggests meeting Kleiber on Bish Motel, Vernon, Fairfax County. 2200 hours. Tuesday, 21st of August. Do you realize what this means?
General?
It means that Kleiber has failed to obtain the Hitler minutes. It may mean that Kleiber has been turned by the CIA and that this meeting has been rigged by them. In any case, we must bring Parker back out of danger and bring him back disgraced. And Greshko?
Yes, General?
Greshko will just have to take his chance. Send this message. Permission granted for meeting, with all the details. Proceed cautiously. Stop. Communicate result immediate. Stop. Cease all contact with. You have the code name for Parker?
Oh, yes, General.
Then send it.
At once, General.
But why let Grechko off the hook? Why not influence chance against him? Why not make certain that the meeting with Kleiber is a fiasco?
Stuart?
Darling, it's me.
Jennifer.
Is that girl there with you?
No? Who told you about her, anyway?
Daddy.
Oh, did he?
Well, he is head of the Secret Service. Boyd, I want you to do something for me. Did I leave Daddy's pocket watch anywhere around the flat?
The watch inscribed to Elliot Castlebridge?
Yes. I borrowed it a long time ago and I can't find it anywhere.
Well, it's not in the flat. I've collected all your things together by the front door and there was no sign of it. When are you going to collect them, anyway?
He's being ever so crotchety about it.
Probably because it's the only link between him and his wartime past.
Oh, by the way, there was a message for you. A phone message about your work.
And?
A man calling himself Schmuck wants to meet you in Denmark. At Widewater, Sollered, near Copenhagen on Sunday. I told Daddy about it.
And what did Daddy say?
Daddy said pass the message on to you.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Kleiber was abducted from Geneva by the Americans. And now London has designated Kleiber XPD, Mr. Stuart. Did you know that?
Yes, I knew it. Where is Kleiber now, General?
Kleiber will be meeting one of our embassy people at Mount Vernon, just across the state line from Washington, on the evening of Tuesday, August the 21st.
That soon?
Yes, you'll have to move fast, Mr. Stuart.
Are you asking that your embassy man be protected?
As far as possible.
And Kleiber not protected at all? You're throwing your man to the wolves?
The Americans will have no alternative to letting you be there. Now that you know about it, they'll have to cooperate.
What has he done, this man in Washington? And why must Kleiber die?
Oh, don't cry for Kleiber, Mr. Stuart. No one will cry for us.
Things aren't going entirely to plan, I'm afraid.
How do you mean?
Kleiber's not going to have his meeting with Grechko.
Grechko chickened out?
He's dead. He came here all right this morning. He went up to his room, drank a bottle of scotch and a big bottle of barbiturates. He left this note. Darling Fusako.
Who the hell's that?
She was Parker's Japanese wife. I cannot go on without you. I love you. My beloved, I will always be your darling Yu. Why Grechko chose to fall in love with her, God only knows. Parker and the woman were moved to a safe house in Toronto 5 days ago. By now, I guess they're in Moscow. Grechko tried to get in touch with her. He failed.
Can I talk to Kleiber?
Talk to him. You can take him away and feed him to the alligators as far as I'm concerned. It was Grechko he wanted. Grechko was Kleiber's meal ticket. He's no use to us now. You can have him.
Can I have a drink?
Of course. So you were the mysterious Reichsbank director Frank who was waiting at the Kaiserode mine for Wefer and Breslau?
Yes.
Is that why Dr. Botka and the others selected you to get the papers back?
No. It was the other way around. I selected them. I went to them and told them that someone named Lustig was collecting material to make a film. I told them he was digging deeply into the story of the Kaiserode mine. I told them he'd already found an officer named McIver who was spilling his guts out, and that the story of the Hitler Minutes was sure to surface. I'd had money from Botka before for such missions. I knew he'd buy this project.
Well, you won't get any more cash from him. He knows that you were working for the Russians.
Oh. What did he say?
I wasn't there. But they're returning $100 million to Pittman's bank in Geneva. Their official explanation is that there was a computer error. The name of Friedman, the name you used when you crippled the bank, is not mentioned.
Young Stein will benefit. He'll take the money and get married to Mary Breslau. That's the final joke.
How did you hear that Lustig was making a film?
I was having dinner with Max Breslau one evening. He mentioned the film quite casually. He asked me if I thought it could prove dangerous to us. I told him it wouldn't be dangerous if the production was in our hands. I told him I might be able to raise enough money to buy Lustig out.
Did Breslau know the money came from Botka? Was he prepared to work for an anti-Nazi organisation?
Max Breslau was a war casualty, Mr. Stuart. When he realized that the Nazis were just another set of crooked politicians, it broke his spirit. He'd have taken money from anybody to finance the film. His house was mortgaged, he'd no money. It was an offer he couldn't refuse.
And all this time, you were reporting to Moscow?
The Russians were threatening to release some phony evidence about me being implicated in war crimes.
And the KGB approved of your idea to involve Botka and the Trust?
The Trust provided perfect cover, and through them I got help from people who would never have helped the Russians. And what expertise! I could never have broken Pittman's bank without the resources of the Trust.
What exactly did you tell Botka?
They didn't need much persuasion. Those fat businessmen could see the economic consequences of rewriting the history books to make Hitler into a hero. They wanted Hitler dead and buried with a stake through his heart. And they didn't want any story about Churchill going down on his knees. I was there. You know that, don't you?
I guessed. I got your army service record. You were attached to the Führerhauptquartier for roughly the period of the Churchill visit. You were an intelligence officer. I guessed it was an attachment for security purposes for the summit meeting. You were there when Churchill arrived?
I helped arrange the passes and the perimeter and so forth. It was a small party that arrived. No military attachés or war correspondents. No one in civilian clothing at all. It was obviously something very unusual. We were told that it was going to be a conference and thought Mussolini was coming north. I suppose that's what we were supposed to think.
But it was Churchill.
He was the only one in civilian clothes. He wore a misshapen grey roll-brim hat, a spotted bow tie and a lumpy-looking overcoat. His plane had no markings, as I recall. We saw 10 Messerschmitt fighters in loose formation above Churchill's de Havilland when it arrived. They continued to circle while he landed at Le Gros Caillou near Rocroi in France, about 10 kilometres from us. They brought him up to Bruley in a Fiesler Storch communications aircraft. There was just enough room to land in the field behind the hotel. There was one person with Churchill, a British colonel in civilian clothes. The Führer had a small guard of honour from the SS Begleitkommando and the Army's FBB. Churchill was invited to inspect them, but he waved the guard commander away. The two leaders went directly to the wooden hut where the secretaries and the translators were waiting. The Führer greeted Churchill at the door. The two men did not shake hands. I got the idea that Churchill was making sure there were no photographers. He had stipulated that beforehand, and there were notices in the barrack huts threatening the death sentence for anyone not handing his camera over to the security service. We confiscated the cameras of all the translation staff.
So who was present at the meeting?
Hitler, Churchill, the English colonel, our translators from the Foreign Office. That's all, I think.
So who wrote up the Hitler Minutes?
The Führer was nervous about compromising the talk, so Himmler took it upon himself to rig an underground line with a hidden microphone so that one of the Army's shorthand writers could keep a record of what was said.
Who was that?
You've guessed already, haven't you? It was Franz Wefer. The Führer used him many times for keeping shorthand notes on important meetings.
Franz Wefer.
He even denied it to me. That's funny, isn't it? He was terrified that he'd be murdered on account of his secret.
And eventually he was.
Hitler was clever. He knew how to be modest and magnanimous. Instead of adopting the manner of a conqueror, he was quiet-spoken and polite to Churchill. He knew he'd get far more out of Churchill if he behaved like an English gentleman.
But Hitler's terms were tough. You must have read the transcript.
Considering the situation, no. The British Empire was to remain largely intact. He needed it to give support for his attack on the USSR once the West was resolved. And, of course, Germany had to have control of the seas.
Occupation of Britain?
Oh, no. Just a few Germans in sensitive posts. Himmler to vet all senior police appointments. It would have given us enough control, or at least warning in time, to counteract trouble.
There was no shouting?
No shouting at all. The summit went off remarkably well. The second meeting was very late, after midnight, and then there was a final meeting on the morning of Wednesday, June the 12th. That was even more promising. Churchill and Hitler even shook hands. Churchill was smoking a cigar and smiling. To be allowed to smoke a cigar in the presence of the Führer, that was something unprecedented. We were all sure that the peace had been arranged. At least until the following Sunday.
What happened on Sunday?
The Führer drove to Schloss Acco near Charleroi. There he met the young colonel who'd been with Churchill. He'd come to withdraw Churchill's offer. A Spanish officer had come along with him. Spain was neutral, of course, to guarantee the Englishman's safety. The meeting took place in the open. We saw Hitler's face tighten. We all knew that was a danger sign. It was all over in 5 minutes.
So what went wrong?
Within 48 hours of the Churchill-Hitler conference, our army had occupied Paris. By that Friday lunchtime, Hitler was drafting tougher terms. And Churchill had talked with Roosevelt on the transatlantic telephone. Roosevelt told him that if he was re-elected in November, the US would come into the war.
How do you know that?
We monitored the call. Churchill went on the BBC and made a speech saying, "We shall fight on unconquerable until the curse of Hitler is removed from the brows of men."
I know that speech. What about the Englishman who brought the message to Hitler? The army colonel?
Oh, he's dead. He's one of the first people we had to check out. He probably knew more about those secret meetings than any man except Hitler and Churchill. His name was Elliot Castlebridge.
Elliot Castlebridge? You're sure he's dead?
Long since dead. Died on the operating table after a motor accident in 1959. Your people are very thorough. They had every last detail of that man's life on paper. Death certificate, report by the operating surgeon, blood transfusions, x-rays, everything you could wish for in an investigation.
Yes. They are thorough.
Where is it, Clyburn?
Going to give it to Gretschko? Gretschko's dead. Now give it to me! Give me the photo!
Here. How did you know?
You collected the cameras. You were in a unique position to get a photograph of Hitler and Churchill shaking hands. And you could hide in a good spot to get the picture. Concealment would be expected of a security guard.
Now what?
Now what? Now nothing, Kleiber. A hypodermic syringe. Clean, quick, comparatively painless. Less messy than a firing squad. I'm sorry, Kleiber, but it's the end of the story.
I'm a soldier.
In the final episode of XPD by Len Deighton, Boyd Stuart was played by Trevor Nichols, Charles Stein, Bruce Bower, Max Breslow, Bernard Hepton, Willy Kleiber, Clifford Rose, Schmuck, George Coulouris, Ivan, David Garth, Koch, Gerard Green, Case Officer, Alan Thompson, Mary Breslow, Helena Breck, Parker, Colin Starkey, Billy Stein, Ian Tyler, Calcoven, Stuart Milligan, Jennifer, Jenny Funnell. XPD was dramatized by Michael Bakewell. Technical presentation was by David Greenwood, and the director was Peter King.
That was the final episode of XPD. It makes way for a Dick Francis crime thriller. The champagne is flowing at a party thrown by the racehorse trainer Jack Haythorne when tragedy strikes. But is it just an accident? Proof begins at the same time tomorrow.
Classic comedy on BBC Radio 4 Extra.
Joined yet. It has been a pleasant journey in a first-class railway coach marked H. Verks, 40 Ohms, and Anne Charlie. And now here I was in the Legion Recruiting Centre at Marseille. I was just reading the second wall when the door opened.
No! Moulin Rouge, Folie Bergère, another naughty French word. So you want to join the Legion, eh?
I gazed at the Legion officer. His skin was burned fiery red by the hot Algerian brandy. On his breast was a coloured ribbon from which dangled a penny.
We can't all have medals, you know. Now, lad, a few questions. Name?
Ned Seagoon.
Ned. S-E-A-G-O-O-O-O-N.
Oui, mon capitaine.
Oh, you're German.
No. I'm a true Britisher.
Well, that's a novelty. You, speak French?
Oui, mon capitaine, je parle français comme un indigène.
Well, you'll just have to learn it the same as I did. Now for the jackpot question. Have you any money or valuables on you?
About £5.
Oh, there'll be joy bells in the naffy tonight. Hand it over.
Well, I mean, look here.
It'll be returned to you on your demob. Off you go. First door on the left.
This door?
That's the one.
Thank you.
Listeners may well like to know how one can walk through a door in Marseille and appear in the thick of a battle in Africa. We're not giving all our secrets away. By Jove, we're not.
Silence! Legion will fall in! Silence! Sacre bleu, cette pristine yakkos! You there! You with a size 53 nut! Viens ici! Vipon! Slop! Umbrella! So this was the famous Legion. I drew myself to my full height and stared dead ahead at his belt.
Tell me, mon petit bronze, can you march?
Only with my feet.
Good! It's only 20 miles back to the fort. I hope, for your sake, you will be able to keep up with us.
Oui, mon... oui, mon capitaine. Keep up with him, indeed. Did you not know that I was a Britisher?
Legion, by the left! En marche!